The following content contains adult language and humor that is not suitable for viewers under the age of 18. Viewer discretion is strongly advised.
Run away now!
The views and opinions expressed during the following video content are those of the individual and may not reflect those of others. Thank you.
Your feelings make it hurt. My feelings. You know, I'm on this show and I'm going to cancel it.
I'm going to take a wrecking ball to it, man.
Mm-hmm.
Then Doc Pop really will show up. What's going on here?
Hey, that's me. Cool. Okay, maybe I won't cancel it.
And that's me.
Ooh, that's either too much of that.
And that's...
That's Doc Pop.
That's Doc Pop.
The Emperor.
Yeah, the Emperor.
Busts our balls all the time. Yeah.
It does.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome one and all to this edition of PAcific414 Pop Talk here on this Sunday. Whether it's the morning for you, the afternoon, the evening, you're all welcome here. And today we have a few stories that we are going to be talking about. And of course, we also have the latest edition of Beverly Hills 414 that TGAP Steve has provided us so graciously.
Squirrels.
But of the articles that we're going to talk about today it's going to be one from Deadline, where Billy Dee Williams has his point of view on actors using blackface. It was officially announced at CinemaCon the other day that there will actually be a live-action Transformers and G.I. Joe crossover movie. So we'll get some information on that. I know that the G.I. Joe Transformer crossover comics have always done well, but how will it translate into live action? One can only wonder.
It'll be like the Transformers, a real American hero.
Just make sure to get the creators of the comics on it. It seems like a no-brainer, but you know how they act. So.
Yeah. And we also have an article from Bounding in the Comics where Lord of the Rings star John Rhys Davis was skeptical of Peter Jackson and had low expectations of the adaptation at first. We'll find out more information on that. And we'll also talk about the live action movie that is going to be made of this, The Last Ronin.
Oh.
So we'll get information on that.
The darkness. Yeah.
Well, I hope they do the first run first, because I don't want to be in the middle of the story. We got the last one. I want to see the first one.
Hey.
If there's a middle one.
Just.
We also have an article from IndieWire where Conan O'Brien mocks Warner Brothers Discovery's Max rebranding. They used to call it HBO, but it was too popular.
Oh, you did go with that one. I just threw that in there for us to have a chuckle. But hey, let's share it with everybody.
Yeah, why not? Why not? Why not? Right. You know how I roll. I look at the article, I go,
HBO
we can
Max
talk about that.
Good, solid name. Max is just...
It's like MaxiPad. See, this is where, even at the last minute, folks, we add stories. You never know what you're going to get here. No.
That's right.
Well, that's kind of along the lines of what I put in the description as far as today's show too. I mentioned the first few articles, and then I mentioned that we may talk about any other topic related to movies, television, anime, video games, comics, collectibles.
And that's because Mike didn't like my suggestion for what we should put in there. We don't know what the hell we're doing. But, I mean...
No, I'm going to give people a fact about the description. I always try to make sure that I mention a few things each and every description, talking about pop culture, entertainment, movies, television, anime, video games, comics, collectibles, because at any point we could be talking about any of those topics.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the things I always try to make sure I put in there, I might word it a little differently from one additional pop talk to the next, but I always try to make sure I put at the end, sit back, relax, and join the conversation. Sometimes I say enjoy the conversation. It just depends.
Mm-hmm.
I try to have that last part in there each and every time.
Except Phil.
No, everybody's welcome. You know that.
Okay.
I guess it's like Eeyore.
Yeah, it's his show. It's his show. I'm not gonna argue. Not gonna argue.
I'm not
He's
gonna
the emperor.
argue.
He's the emperor. He's the emperor and ruler of all. Mm-hmm. He can have us snuffed out at just a moment, just of his fingers, and his guard will come in, and that'll be it.
I want you to know it's over.
Well, bye.
See, that's what I tell you, right there. That's it, right there. Yeah.
I don't care how many times I play that clip. Tombstone's still a great movie.
It is.
Yeah, well, yeah, not only that, but just that will. But I mean, that is used by so many people. You know, all the moving gifs and memes. Just that will buy. You know, it's like what an impact from
the way Powers Booth delivers it too.
Mm-hmm.
He was a great actor. Yeah.
I know.
Yeah, he was.
Shame.
I know. Just like people like Bill Paxton and other people.
Mm-hmm. Game over, man. Game over.
But before we get into these articles that we are going to discuss this afternoon, it is time for the latest edition of Beverly Hills 414, where the three of us have no idea where it's going.
Help me, please. Help.
The land of stars and dreams, Beverly Hills 414.
Oh, listen to me.
Previously on Beverly Hills 414, Baron hated drive-through. They're always built for tiny cars, not to take up as much space, and had one curb you try to avoid, but always could feel the tire grind on. The speakers were always half working and crackled, so you could hear the person was talking, but they sounded like somebody was playing the chalkboard accordion in the background. And worst of all, when you could hear the voice, you get the image in your head of some sweet, cute young thing with a low-cut top and perky little hat and big, bright smile.
Yeah, big smile. Well,
then you pull up to the window to pay and find out your dream is shattered by either some old bag with one of those chin moles with 3 hairs, why always 3, on it, or a big guy who sounds effeminate.
Yeah. And what's wrong with the 3 hair moles? That's kind of a turn on.
Were he in his car, he'd gone to the car hop, full parking space, and he can sit there and catch the cute little college students zoom around on skates in their tight booty shorts.
Booty.
So he was already in a mood, and it was a few blocks away when he took a bite of his eggy McGuffin sandwich and frowned. This should have been bacon, sausage, bacon. Well, bacon, sausage, bacon. And yet he couldn't take bacon. All he could taste was the eggy cheese and sausage that had happened. What had happened to his bacon? And this wasn't a muffin. It was one of those pancake buns. Okay. Steve, where's this going, man?
It is going, bro.
Mike had indulged in getting one of Butcher's baked cinnamon rolls. In fact, he picked up a quartet of things, one for lunch and 3 for later. Maybe he dropped one off at the PD. He was parked and going through his phone search and saw the advertisement, grade A meat, right to your door. Well, he normally liked to inspect the cuts, but delivery was nice. Real Mike wouldn't do that. Real Mike would go to the store or go to the shop.
You got it.
There was no website, but a phone number. Grade A delivery. This is Tom speaking. We have all the finest hunks brought to your door. Well, that already sounds like Beverly Hills 414. Mike should have hung up right there. He called the wrong number. Can I interest you in our stuffed turkey special? I don't even want to know what that is. I don't even want to know. I don't. Yes, hello. I was looking for some chuck, ribeye, a few flank cuts, and bacon and sausage, Mike said. He figured he'd narrow down his selection since this was a new company. Beverly Hills 414, Mike should have looked up this advertisement to see if it's legit, and if it is, to find out the finer details.
Yeah, that doesn't happen.
Yeah. Oh, we have some of the finest pork products available, and Chuck is just a delight. See, right there, it should have been a red flag for Beverly Hills 414. Mike should have hung up.
Is that Tom Connors doing this? I'm scared now.
I don't know. Are you sure you want that much at once? Tom asked. And Mike had a sinking feeling. Yeah, hang up, Beverly Hills 414, Mike. Listen to the real thing. Let me guess. This is a mail escort company and not a butcher's, he said, his tone lowering. Well, if you want the kinky stuff, that costs extra, Tom began, and Mike hung up. He should have done that from the beginning.
But hey, at least he did. You didn't fall into the trap. Bravo. I mean, you are the traveling heartthrob.
Oh, right, Baron, right.
This isn't the song.
Well, the song could lie.
Well, it's Cash, Dark and Mysterious.
Well, yeah, that's the only truth of the song.
Yes.
So much for shop local and support local businesses, he thought. This was strike 3. Just this morning, and other than constantly getting lined up for gay jokes, he was completely meatless. TGAP. Crypto slipped into the corner and took out his ultra secret weapon. He didn't want to use it, but at this point, he had no other choice. He sighed and looked down at the small tube. Captain Stern's Iron Man John Line Enhancement Cream was well known within the community. Is it Cash? I've never heard of it before.
I've never heard of that.
It's like
I don't know what TCAP is talking about.
Of course, Cash is going to deny it, but he knows about it. It's like
I never heard of that. I mean, I guess anything's possible, but
even around the competition circuit, you know what it is. You're the ones who fake it. It's like, women with the fake boobs and such, and Arnold.
Yeah, the fake chin. You put an extra layer on it.
Right, exactly.
It had been outlawed in several Asian countries. Not that they needed it. What's that supposed to mean?
Whoa. And usually Asian countries, they go for it, especially, Bangkok, Thailand, they like all that artificial stuff there.
The tube had been expensive, nearly $20 whole just for this. But that had been in bulk, and he had bought it on sale. And just for instances like this, think of the prize money, Crypto. So you keep a tube of this chin enhancement cream on hand just in case you
That
see a side for a chin contest, huh, Cash?
that Crypto certainly does. I haven't even looked into chin contests. I'm sure it might be possible.
Oh, I'm sure they are out there. I'm sure
I'm
they
sure
are
they're
out
out there. People have foot fetishes and all kinds of.
You got women out there that want to give you a chin job. Coming over here, big boy.
Chin job. Yes. Hey.
He stilled himself.
Cash is
and
going. Is it
squared
wrong
his
that I was
shoulders.
slightly aroused by that?
It was weird, man.
I was gonna say that's more on the weird line there, and
Mhm.
Yeah.
no.
But
I'm
yes,
sure Cash was slightly
I don't know.
aroused.
There might be chin contests somewhere. Who knows? I've really never looked into that. That's funny.
You should, man. You should. You do good.
He stilled himself and squared his shoulders, but instead of applying it on his own face, he casually walked through the room and dropped it on one of the tables in the middle of the space. Also, you're an equal opportunity. Let's shine up our chins for this contest kind of guy, huh?
He's sabotaging.
I don't know. It's crazy.
Because then
He
you can
could
call
be sabotaging.
shenanigans. Yeah, and then they'll do the test on it, and they'll all get disqualified, and he'd win. See, dark and mysterious. That's their Cash.
He's trying to
He's trying very hard. He's trying very hard.
He's Crypto for some reason is trying to rig the chin competition.
TGAP, I think you broke Cash. You're the first one of us to break Cash.
I think I had a little help with it.
Goodness, I'm just trying to picture this. Here's this guy. He's trying to rig a chin competition so he can get the prize money. What the hell?
Yeah, you do it. You do it. I know it.
I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, too bad we're playing the music because I would just play the I call bullshit.
I can't do it, but yeah, that's.
That's what you say every time we start the show. I can't do it. Back to you, Mike.
Said, Aaron. Yeah, back to you, Mike.
He had to admit that even with Stern's cream, there was no way he could beat professionals. But since they were professionals, and by now they all had to know what he knew. What's that? Captain Stern, someone said behind him. Someone yelled, "Give it here!" Another chimed in, "It's mine, you bastards!" And as Crypto finished getting away, the fight broke out.
Over chin cream?
I see what his strategy was. You put the cream there on the table for everybody to use on their chin. They start fighting over it.
Let the rats get it.
Yeah. Oh, you're reliving Vermintide. You put the cream on the chin and they rub it all in. You put the cream on the chin and you rub it all in.
No, Bear, that's not the theme for it. Here's the chin cream, you mayflies.
Here we go. Yeah.
Because for some reason an elf would understand chin cream.
Your elf does.
Well,
I don't know. Maybe.
Let's not forget she probably has ear cream, to make the ears pointier.
Ear cream.
Yeah.
The more you know. Ding, ding, ding. Yeah, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Actually, I can play that one. There you go. Oh, did that turn up the music? Oh, it did. Okay, never mind.
No, it's still going.
Oh.
At least it was, and then it stopped.
Yeah, because of me.
Okay.
That was stupid. Mm-hmm.
He could have beat them fair and square. So TGAP says he couldn't compete with them using an enhancement cream, but he could be a sneaky SOB and have them get disqualified for fighting. What happened to Baron's breakfast sandwich? Did he simply get the wrong order, or is there something more nefarious at play here? Never mess with a man's bacon.
No.
That could be taken on few different ways, but
yeah, Yeah.
Leave my bacon alone. Leave my bacon alone, man. It's burnt and
Where's-
shriveled for a reason.
Where is Mike going to go now? Will he risk a full on-chain grocery store? Yes, he's going to have to. Okay, he's going to have to.
Mm.
Or is it strike three and you're out, and he'll just have to settle for Smeat and Smam till tomorrow? What? No. I don't care if it's Beverly Hills 414, Mike. I don't care if it's real, Mike. I ain't settling on Spam or Smeat.
What's wrong? What's wrong with Spam, man?
I've never liked it. That's what's wrong with it.
Oh, well, that's why are you so anti-Minnesota?
I'm not. If I was anti-Minnesota there, and I wouldn't have you on the show.
No, that's because I'm here to be the dummy to be punched around. But man, Spam came from Hormel, man, down in Austin, Minnesota. You gotta love it. It's a delicacy in Hawaii. It kept Hawaii alive during the war. The war. I don't know which one, but the war. When the Germans bombed Pearl Harbor.
Oh God! Why don't you just play that clip, Aaron?
Yeah, seriously, just play the clip.
I don't know, because I wanted to do it. I wanted to be the
Germans. Forget it. He's rolling.
Mm-hmm.
Well, crypto's underhanded play and ploy to get the professional gym models disqualified work, or will he have sacrificed Captain Stern's cream for nothing? All these answers and more as Beverly Hills 414 continues after these messages. And before we get into the stories, I do want to first turn off the music. Yay. All right. Okay, we got that silenced. Good.
Yeah, we got that. So I can do this.
Call bullshit.
There you go.
And I do want to say hello to Spock's Friday Nights. Good to see you.
Yo.
It's the logical way to go.
And let's see who else we have. Bush, good to see you, brother. It's been a while,
man. Yeah.
He's in the chat, man. He's in the chat.
And of course, we had this past Wednesday's guest, DJ Ronnie G. Good to see you, DJ. Always good to see you.
DJ.
Yeah.
Turtles. Nerd.
Yeah. And people actually tune in for it, too. That's what's great.
And then we have some guy. Yeah, just some guy.
Some guy. Yes, always.
Phil McCracken. Good to see you, Phil. Hope you're doing well this morning.
He's probably cranky as ever. He's probably yelling
at
of
course.
Over the computer.
Yes.
Well, he's questioning Cash's title since we're streaming this on his YouTube channel, your YouTube channel, your Facebook, and then my YouTube channel, my Twitter channel, and also Rumble. Which I do want to say one thing to everybody who's watching it on all those platforms, since we haven't done this yet. Where's that damn click? There it is.
Hello.
Actually, I want to say to everybody on all these platforms, I'm sorry. I'm so very, very sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Back to you, Riker.
Riker? Oh, okay, Captain. All hands, red alert.
Get in your corner, Picard.
Hello, to Kilted Cajun. Good to see you.
Hello, Kilted. Hope you're doing well, man.
And for this next person, I am going to play this. Why? Because we love to.
Anonymous. Anonymous. Anonymous.
I heard he swore off of us and was never going to come back here. But, okay. Well, welcome back, man. Welcome back. I knew you couldn't stay away. I know you couldn't quit us.
I can't quit you. No, this is more what Anonymous is probably going to say to us. I hope you guys are living only up for Friday and Vermintide too. Maybe.
Yeah.
We're gonna
Let's hope that as long as the Skyven do not do their little shenanigans again and get that sorcerer to cause big total storms. Yeah, that's it. Those damn Skyven. Don't like Skyven. Do you like Skyven? I don't like Skyven.
No, I don't think we're supposed to. I don't think we're supposed to like chaos either.
Oh, ooh.
Yeah.
Oh my. I don't think we're like supposed. Okay, let me try that again. I don't think we're supposed to like anybody.
Try it again.
Except ourselves in Vermintide 2.
Actually, as the story goes along, the team starts getting strained. It's like a breaking of the fellowship. All because someone becomes a necromancer.
The necromancer.
Mm-hmm.
I know who it is, but I'm not going to spoil it.
Right.
It's Cash.
Well, of course, he keeps calling us mayflies.
Mm-hmm.
That was your first dead giveaway.
Oh, dead giveaway. I like it. Of course, he's running ahead like a dwarf nowadays. It's like,
oh boy, man. Very exciting. Yes, freaking chaos.
Yeah, they have shields now. I saw that in the description and thought, yeah,
it's brutal.
I told you, Cash, it's getting more brutal. That game.
They're like, hey, you guys want to be veteran? You didn't say the magic words.
Yeah. But Uncle?
Are you guys sure the game's gotten harder? It's gotten harder, Cash.
Yeah, dude.
And then we find out that you're 10 levels above us. No wonder we're getting our asses.
And then the game punishes us. Oh, you want to be 10 levels? Yeah, come on. I'm helping the team. Nope. And no.
Helping the team. You're punishing us.
We're
gonna do this, guys.
Work hard to level up your team.
But we're gonna do this.
We're gonna do this, man. I mean, we made some good progress, but the game is still like
Yeah,
I'm dead,
like,
Cash.
Over, man.
Look at me. I'm dead in the game, Cash. Thanks.
No, you ran ahead again, Cash.
I know. I was in probably denial, but I'm like, no, the game's not going to punish us this much. And then they have like an evil look. Yeah.
You don't understand Warhammer universe. I'm talking about all of them.
I mean, I do, but it was like,
the hell you say?
I do, but it's like they were punishing us a little bit too much, Bear. And it's like, come on, give us a little bit, cut us a little slack. No,
that's Warhammer. There's a reason why they call 40K the grim dark future, and there's a reason why they call this the end times. But because they're going to end you, man. You're going to be ended, man. We're going to end you, man.
They certainly are going to make us work hard for that Act 4. They aren't going to give it to us on veteran difficulty. They're just not going to do it.
Okay, everybody, show of hands in the chat. How many of you think this is going to be one of our more sillier streams today? And there's a number of Pop Talk streams that they consider silly streams.
Yeah. I have a feeling we're not going to get too serious in this one today. I don't know. I don't know about you guys, but it's beautiful here. It's 69.
Nice,
That's 69.
It's been raining.
It's 69, dude.
Yeah, it is sunny. It's sunny out.
Yeah. There goes Phil McCracken talking about carrying people again in Myth Force, of course.
The squirrels are sunning their asses out there, and you know they don't have to worry about gathering their nuts at this time, unless they're the girl squirrels and they want to have, baby squirrels. So it's
right now it's a beautiful 72 degrees in my area right now.
I think that's what our high is going to be today. It's about like 70. I think we got up to 84.
Yeah, but it's 84. A spring 84. It's not a hot and humid Midwest summer. 84.
No, but it was a still 84. And I had the windows open and it was nice when we had the breeze. But the moment that breeze dropped, man, oh, it's like get those fans going. I like it, but too stuffy. Stuffy.
Yeah.
Right.
I have the windows open not to be stuffy.
Let's go ahead and get into this first article here.
Oh, Billy Dee!
Yay.
Yep. You sent this to me the other day and said, I think we
Yeah.
can talk about this on Sunday. And I agree.
Yeah, I absolutely think so because, no lies detected.
Oh, he's speaking the truth.
But the one thing, though, guys, the one thing is, I don't know if they put his age in here. It's so hard to believe how old he is now. It's like, Billy Dee, man. Looks good for his age, though, but it's like, oh.
Mm-hmm. All right. It says here in the headline, Billy Dee Williams on actors wearing blackface. If you're an actor, you should do anything you want to do. We'll find out what he means by that. This is by Armando Tinoco. I probably said the last name wrong. I do apologize.
Mm-hmm.
Billy Dee Williams is defending actors who want to wear blackface in their performances. The Star Wars actor appeared on Bill Maher's podcast and recalled Laurence Olivier's performance in 1965's Othello, where the actor wore blackface.
Mm-hmm.
When he did Othello, I fell out laughing, Williams said of Olivier on the Club Random podcast.
Olivier.
Yeah, that's what I said, Olivier.
Okay. It sounded like you were kind of stumbling there. I was just trying to help me. I'm just trying to help. I'm sorry.
He stuck his ass out and walked around with his ass, because black people are supposed to have big asses.
Billy, man. Ah. Yeah, Billy.
He's real. That's one thing about him. He's always been real.
Yeah, I mean, when we're talking about back in the 80s and how people talk, this is it, man. This is it. It's like, we're having fun with ourselves, man. We're having fun with the stereotypes, man. It's like we're not getting our nose out of joint. We're laughing, man. Oh, Billy, I love you, man.
He continued, I thought it was hysterical. I loved it. I love that kind of stuff. Mara mentioned that actors could not wear blackface today, to which Williams said, why not? You should do it. If you're an actor, you should do anything you want to do. Mm-hmm. The podcast host noted that Williams lived in a period where you couldn't play the parts you should have played. The point is that you don't go through life feeling like I'm a victim, Williams added. I refuse to go through life saying to the world, I'm pissed off. I'm not going to be pissed off 24 hours a day. Williams famously portrayed the role of Lando Calrissian in Star Wars The Empire Strikes Back in 1980. Excuse me. The actor reprised his role. Sorry. Okay, I'm good. The actor reprised his role in 1983's Return of the Jedi and again in 2019's Rise of Skywalker. In an interview with The Guardian earlier this year, Williams said he didn't think in terms of black about his characters he portrays in media. I never think of myself in terms of the only black character. Everybody else might think of it that way. In my reasoning, in my own head, I'm just a character, he said. A character that has certain qualities that make a character a winning character in a movie.
Mm-hmm.
Or a character that is not able to translate very well. I've been able to translate very well across the board. He has.
Oh, hell yeah.
So, here's what I get from this very short article.
Mm-hmm.
It's no big deal to him.
No.
It's part of his job. It's part of any actor's job to get into character.
Right. And I don't care if it's blackface, whiteface, whatever, right?
Yeah.
You're doing a part. And I know a lot of people have been starting to pound on Tropic Thunder, especially
Again?
Robert Downey Jr.
Oh, for
Yeah, they're doing because of that. But I read an article
Whatever.
or a post the other day, and I'm paraphrasing this. The guy who wrote it, and it's all about about movies and such, is black. And he puts it, and the only reason why he puts it because he figures he's got to qualify it, because if he doesn't, then he'll be pounded on, people thinking he's just a white apologist. So he goes, I said, it's a caricature. It's a caricature of actors in Hollywood. The whole movie is a caricature. Even the real black character he's in there is a caricature.
Yeah,
Each one, what they're doing is they're grabbing all these elements. They're grabbing the fact that these actors will go for like 2 weeks of actors basic training, right? And then come out thinking that they're Navy SEALs when they're not. But they think, oh, we're these badasses now. The whole thing is caricature, right down to the fact that, you had the Robert Downey Jr. character, got himself tanned up to look like a black man, the fake hair. It was not a slight against actors. It was making fun, of black people. It was making fun of the actors.
Yeah.
And that's just it. It's like, it's refreshing to hear this, because you're hearing it coming from the real people, not the Twitter twats out there.
Yeah,
the blurred land whales. The
twat waffles. As I like to call them.
Yeah, twat waffles. The ones that go out there. No. I'm your ally. I'll speak for you. You're offended. No, I'm not. No. You don't understand. I understand. You are. Those people. And I'm glad they're coming out of the woodwork now, because again, everyone sits back and states about, well, what about the movie where was the Wayans brothers or whatever do whiteface as girls? I can't remember the name of that movie.
Was White Chicks.
White Chicks, thank you. And then you had Lenny Henry when he was trying to make his big career break in the United States with True Identity, where again he's a black guy who is trying to hide from the mob, so he's dressing up and pretending to be a white guy. Movie also has Andreas Katsulas. Basically, Andreas Katsulas is the reason why to watch that movie. Even Lenny Henry sat back and said the movie wasn't that good. And it wasn't because of the concept, it just wasn't good.
Well, what about the original Klingons in Star Trek?
Right. They had that, and I'm sorry, I'm going to say the word. They made him kind of look Mongolian.
Mm-hmm.
What about Jimmy Kimmel doing Karl Malone? What about
on the Man Show?
Yeah.
Right.
What about Frank Caliendo doing Charles Barkley? It's terrible.
Well,
it's terrible. But no, it's all characters. Yeah, he had like more of like a tan in his face, but it was just a character that they played, just like Robert Downey Jr. But when you see something, you have to be offended by it because other people are. It's so stupid.
Well, what about we
were
talking about before we got on the show, when Ted Danson did that with Whoopi Goldberg. And Whoopi Goldberg was the one that said, and Whoopi Goldberg says, I want you to do this. It's funny.
Yep. And when you bring it up now, she's like, oh, no. I'm like, well, why is it, what, you don't want to admit it? You don't want to admit it even on The View? You did do that. You did do that.
We did
Yeah, they did. So did Joy Behar. I'm just saying you were playing a character. You were making a joke. Well,
should I be upset that David, I don't know how to pronounce his last name, Olio, whatever, playing Inquisitor Callus on the Rebel series? The character is white, but he's black. Should I be offended?
Should I
be up in arms?
Should I be offended that Dave Chappelle did whiteface on the Chappelle Show?
Oh, I am.
It was all done for comedic purposes, for humor, comedy, for laughs.
Exactly.
Yeah, satire.
We have forgotten how to laugh. We really have.
Yeah,
Right.
it's just stuff. It's just like, oh, well, this is not cultural appropriate. It's like, well, guess what? Back in the day in westerns, Mexicans played Indians. Oh, I know, shocking, but it happened.
Our
These things happen.
Italians.
Yeah, right. Or Italians.
Yeah, I mean Michael and Sarah, right there. I mean, he's one example. And then we can't forget Iron Eyes Cody, who was a Sicilian, even though he tried to deny that. But I think what's important is what Billy Dee said. He never viewed a role as being a black role or what. He just viewed it as a role, and he went out there and played it without stereotype or anything. Look at Lando. Lando was never meant to be black, but then again, they didn't really have any idea for him. Right. So they had an open casting call, and who was the one that got the job? The best actor got the job, literally. And I mean that serious because look how the fans fell in love with Lando, especially after he betrayed Han.
Yes.
It takes an actor of quality to make a redeemable character like that.
Yeah,
and he was able to do so.
This whole nonsense also that like white people, that they went to the theater and said, "Oh no, I saw black people." Yeah, there's some white people, there's other races go, but the majority of people, no, I don't believe that. No. I saw a black guy on stream. Oh, I saw an Asian person on stream. So I saw them. I saw them in a movie. Whoopie-doo. And
yeah.
What am I supposed to do? Send flowers or something? Because
and to be honest with you, I don't think that's even a major thing anymore. Hardly a major thing. It's just someone that wants to stir up drama. We've been talking a lot about drama behind the scenes, but just trying to stir up drama out there. Because they want to be heard. They want to be some sort of warrior for justice, and of course, when doing so, they're just being a total pot waffle about everything. But look at the other roles that Billy Dee had. I mean, he was in the movie Nighthawks with Sylvester Stallone as his partner. Great job in that movie. Unfortunately, he took a knife to the face. It's like, no, don't do that to Billy's pretty face. I'm heterosexual, but man, he's handsome, man. I mean, he's a ladies' man. I would love to have seen his portrayal of Two-Face.
I think it would have been a great portrayal.
Yeah,
I am. Cool. Yeah, I am literally upset that he never did get a chance to play that. I think they should have had that the second movie. He should have been in the second movie, anyways. I don't know why. Yeah. Even as Harvey Dent, he wasn't put in as Harvey Dent in the second movie.
Right. Yeah, I would have been fine
because there'd been room for him to do that.
Yes.
But I think they should have gone right to a Two-Face story for that next one. But of course, when it switched over to that Hunyuk that ruined the last two films, let's change Two-Face to Tommy Lee Jones. No, I want to see. I think Billy dodged a bullet there. Yeah. I think Billy dodged a bullet there, thank goodness. But I still would love to have seen that.
There's still things to like in that movie, but yeah, the Two-Face thing I can't get over either. I'm like, I'm just not feeling this. It was just way too over the top. I'm like,
you want the bat nipples. You wanted, see, he was going for. He was trying to go for bat.
You know who I liked in Batman Forever? Nicole Kidman.
Yes.
Oh,
and I thought Jim Carrey did a nice job as the Riddler in that movie. I didn't think he was bad. I thought he was the best part, actually. And I thought, and Chris O'Donnell as Robin, I thought did a good job. And yeah, I think there's things definitely to like about Batman Forever.
And it was always nice to see Michael Go as Alfred. So
yes,
yeah,
yes.
At least he was in every one of those.
Yes, he was. Mm-hmm. Yeah, even in Batman and Robin. However, I feel about that film, like he was still one of the best things about that.
Oh, excellent actor. I think Pat Hingle also played Commissioner Gordon through all four films too, if I remember right.
Did he?
He might have. I could be wrong. Yeah,
he might have.
I'll look it up real quick just to be sure.
Yeah, but you just like the bat nipples. That's all.
Oh right, no, that's you keep bringing that up. That's the second time, Baron. So I'm on to you.
Well, you know what I'm upset with on the last film that they did? They didn't put bat nipples on Batgirl. It's like, come on. I know you're gay, but come on.
Well, we all found out what fetishes Baron has.
Yes.
I like boobs.
Well,
Butts.
Let's see.
Oh, nice. I just like women. I like women.
there's nothing
Batman,
wrong
Batman
with that,
and
Baron.
Robin.
So do I. But yeah,
So
no,
do
I
I.
mean Nicole Kidman, yeah, she was hot in Batman
Oh,
Forever.
yeah.
No doubt about that.
Mm-hmm. Most definitely. It would have been nice if they wouldn't have gone campy and turned it homoerotic. And Schumacher did admit that. He was trying to turn it into a homoerotic film. It's like,
Yeah,
why?
it's just Tommy Lee was just way too over the top in that. Jim Carrey, I didn't mind as the Riddler.
Yeah,
I didn't.
Pat Hinkle was in all 4 movies.
Okay.
Yeah. And, you can kind of understand because in some ways the Riddler is a little over the top.
Oh, he is. Yes.
Yeah, so you can understand Jim Carrey playing that part that way.
Yeah.
No problems at all. But
Yeah, no, I was fine with his performance as Riddler. But yeah, Tommy Lee was just way too over the top. Like, ugh, too much.
Well, again, like I said, trying to get that 60s camp with homoeroticism, and that's what he was going for.
Yeah.
But back to Billy though. I mean, what a great job! And I this is what I know I love to bring up all the time. But the guy who played Jonesy in Hunt for Red October, the movie, in the book, no description. Just you got the guy at the radio by the name of Jonesy, and they hired that actor on who did a great job, wonderful job in there. And they asked Tom Clancy, well, what do you think about turning him gay? Black. Well, they're turning the freaking Goring gay. I'm sorry.
Okay.
My inner Alex Jones going there. But, what do you think about them turning him into a black man? He goes, well, I never had anything in mind of, Jonesy was Jonesy, and the guy who played the part did a great job. I approve.
Mm-hmm.
I know what they're trying to do. They're trying to bait for him to sit back and say how horrible it is because they figured, Tom Clancy, he's conservative, writes all this military stuff. Obviously, he's a racist. It's like, no. I'm sorry, inist. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right, YouTube. I said it.
No, you said it. Say it again if you want to. Whatever. Doesn't matter.
Oh, yeah. So it's like we don't care as long as the characters are good. Cisco.
Yeah, that's.
I mean, considering that William Campbell was considered for the part of Cisco in Deep Space Nine. So right there, you knew that they didn't even have race in mind for the captain.
Yep.
And guess who got the job? The best man.
Avery Brooks.
Well, yep. And I guess it's not surprising that Billy Dee has done a lot of voice work. I guess that's not surprising with that voice he's got.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that makes women's panties drop, like even more so than nice days.
Wow, there's a lot of stuff he's done I have not seen. Have you seen a good chunk of Billy Dee stuff?
I've seen
Star Wars?
Even I haven't seen a good chunk of his work.
Yeah. Well,
Wow,
like Nighthawks. I remember that was
Go ahead.
That's the first film I saw of him after Empire Strikes Back was Nighthawks. It was like, wow, Billy Dee's in this one. Lando's in it. So I was excited to see him in a role. Of course, Brian's song, which was very famous.
Yeah, he's done a lot of guest work, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
He was on Modern Family with Ed O'Neill.
Private Practice. He guest starred on an episode of Lost. He was
you mentioned William Campbell and DS9 Baron.
General Hospital.
They had considered Billy Dee Williams for Cisco.
Yeah. I think he could have done it, but it would have been a different direction. I'm just trying to picture in the pale moonlight with Billy Dee Williams doing it.
Yeah.
And I think it would have been.
I think it would have been a phenomenal episode.
Yeah, I think he would have done a phenomenal job on it, but the delivery would be different. Not bad different, but just different.
Yeah. I mean, here's movie sound effects. How do you do it? Batman is just not that into you. In that as a video he did. Of course, he was Two-Face as a voice, and yeah, I mean, I agree with you, Baron. It would have been cool to see a Two-Face movie with Billy Dee.
Yeah. That's, I guess, if there's one thing cinematic of the modern day that really hackles my hide, or one of the things is they never did iRobot, Harlan Ellison script.
Come on, Baron. Come on. Hackle your hide. Come on. We got the perfect clip. If there's one thing.
You know what really grinds my gears?
Yeah. Well, yeah, what grinds my gears is one, the Harlan Ellison iRobot was never made. Two, Billy Dee didn't get to play Two-Face because it was a wonderful build-up. I would love to see him going up against Michael Keaton in that movie, in a movie like that. And I like to think that there is a parallel universe where it happened. And I hope only to be able to get a copy of that DVD, VHS, whatever it is that they use in that parallel universe, to see Billy Dee Williams as Two-Face.
I strongly believe he would have been the scene stealer.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I think he would have done a very good job.
But not the over-the-top one, not like Jack Nicholson was. It would have been more methodical. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you said Nicholson. You mean,
Jack Nicholson.
Yeah.
As a
well,
Joker.
because as a Joker, yeah. Well, yeah, that works. And then of course Heath Ledger, and I mean we've had a number of Jokers that I think have worked. What
I'm saying though is Billy Dee would have been over the top because in some ways Jack Nicholson was a little over the top, and rightly so. It was good.
Yes.
It was meant for that character.
Yes,
I could see Billy Dee being more sinister and still debonair.
Mm-hmm.
I think he'd have a lot more air of a dangerous man. And come on, hurry up! Let's get those parallel universes open. I want to see this movie.
Well, let me ask you this question. Well, let's say, hypothetically speaking, open up the fantasy book a little bit.
Okay.
What if they were to do a Batman animated film with Billy Dee voicing the Riddler? Or not Riddler, but Two-Face. Yeah.
I'd love it. If you get Michael Keaton to play Batman.
Mm-hmm.
Voice wise.
And here's my catch to it, because they don't do this that often anymore, where they have the two actors recording in the same booth. You have to have them recording opposite one another.
Oh, oh my word. Don't do this to me. Oh, what a performance.
That's the only way I think it would work. You would have to have the two of them in the same recording booth. Recording opposite one another.
Yeah. Because I think Mark Hamill and Kevin Conroy did that a few times, where they played off of each other in the same room.
Yeah, I'm sure they did.
How to get a great performance. And of course, the animation, you got to make the animation look like Billy Dee from, that era. Just like you got to make
Here's another thing you would have to do. Not only would you have to have Keaton and Billy Dee recording opposite one another, you'd have to have a camera in there to capture their facial expressions and animate those facial expressions.
Be cool.
Oh, don't do this to me, Mike. Oh my word.
You broke.
Anyone who doesn't think I'm not a comic book movie fan don't know me. Now we're talking comic book movie here. Oh. Okay, cigarette. Yeah, I mean, Billy Dee's not a young man no more. Let's get it done. Come on, let's move it.
Yeah.
I'd buy 5 copies.
I think that's what made cartoons like G.I. Joe and Transformers and many more enjoyable as a kid. It's because you find out later in life that all those voice actors were in the same room together, recording at the same time. And that's why you got such great performances.
Right. I mean, it's like a radio play. I mean, you're sitting there, you have all of them together, you're doing like a radio play, and you're able to feed off of each other. And it's so hard to do that when the person's there, or you got somebody that's in the booth feeding you the lines. And it's like, Yeah, they're not feeding it like the person that's you're acting against on, quote unquote, on the screen, in the animation. Yeah, I'm a big proponent for trying to get all these people into the studio together. Try to get them all in there and let them play off each other. Let them get a little goofy now and then, as they're getting into character, and you're going to have stellar performances. Stellar performances.
I just want to pull something up because I wish this was coming to a theater closer to my area. I really do. But, and then we'll get to the related.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
I wish this was coming. Let me try to get it to its homepage. And there's one key reason why I wish it was coming. If I can scroll to it down here, is because during the first episode of More Than Meets the Eye, you have respectively Peter Cullen, Frank Welker, and Greg Berger.
Holy cow.
Reading off, Optimus Prime, Megatron, and Greg Berger will be the narrator for this. But so you'll be watching the episode and you'll be seeing Frank Welker delivering the lines from More Than Meets the Eye.
Oh.
If this was closer to my area, I would go see it. But unfortunately, it's 2.5 hours away, and I don't want to, drive 2.5 hours to get there, then have to drive 2.5 hours back.
Yeah,
you call yourself a fan. It's called get a hotel room and revel in it afterwards. No, I'm kidding. I'm not kidding.
I know, Baron. I know, but there's things that even I go, yeah, but then I had to get this done too. So I gotta be an adult about it.
This is Baron. To be a kid. Baron looks at Mike, keeps poking him. Come on, do stuff, please.
Hey man, yeah, do something. I got 2 words for you: road trip. Da, 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 da.
Good morning, Vor.
Hey, Vor.
Hey, do we even have that as a clip? We should have that added. Da, 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 da.
I do have it clipped, and I've used it for.
I thought so.
2 videos I did not too long ago when I put up the cutscenes for War for Cybertron and then the cutscenes for Fall of Cybertron.
You know what I think we should do? That should become a staple to our show, and it should be used when we go between stories. When in one story go the other. Da, 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 da. Hey, see, I'm a variable font of good ideas.
That is a good idea. And another reason why I would want to go to this, it's because I want to hear this gentleman's interpretation of Starscream. No, because he's not Chris Collins, also known as Chris Latta, but I would love to hear how close he gets to sounding like Chris Latta's Starscream.
Yeah, because unfortunately he's gone.
Yeah. But just to hear these 2 gentlemen again.
Look at that picture.
So what? They don't. This whole thing about like the voiceovers, they don't want the people in the same room because it's cheaper, or they think it's hectic, or is it just more nonsense?
I think scheduling, it's like, okay, we got to try to get. I don't know. It just all sorts of stuff. Small studios, when you see a lot of people, they're inside like a 1-man booth, so it's like, I don't know. I'm sure there's a ton of reasons. And I don't know, is there supposed to be sound to this?
No, I'm just.
They're just
pictures.
Okay.
I just want to make sure.
Yeah. No, this isn't video. This is just
pictures of the of them.
The slideshow. Yeah. But this is something I would really like to go to. But again, I got to think about other things I have going on too.
Road trip, road trip, road trip, road.
The pushing man, known as Baron Orman Tag.
Well, I'm the tempter. I'm the devil. I'm the devil.
Yeah.
Baron's devil, he's driving us insane.
You got that right. You think
I
it's
know,
Phil,
I know.
but really it's me.
Don't sing. I know. I already did that once on a karaoke stream.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Once?
and we got flagged for a bunch of stuff. It's like YouTube, it's on YouTube. Leave us alone.
Well, they got flagged because of the bad singing. That's what it was.
No.
That's the risk you run doing a karaoke stream.
It's ridiculous. And yet Rumble's like, here, free advertisement, but YouTube's like, no.
Although Rumble is starting to crack down on people showing full episodes of TV shows and movies. Yeah.
Oh boy.
Mm-hmm.
Rumble.
I can understand that. I get the full episodes. I can
so.
understand full episodes, but if you're doing clips,
but I think they're still right. But I think they're still fine with slideshows. Like as long as you're not, if you pause it 10 seconds, fine. But if you're showing just a slide, because I've seen people showing the whole episode of like a Disney show, but it was just slides. So they just keep going across the episode, keep going fast forward it. Without playing it. And it seems like they seem to be fine with that, so people shouldn't have any issues.
Right. See, I mean, I can understand them not wanting full episodes being played on a Rumble. It's like airing an entire football game on your channel. There's copyrights that come into play. Yeah. But when it comes around to just clips, or when it comes around to trailers, nobody should give a rip. That's involved because it's free PR.
Right, exactly. The trailers and that, no, they shouldn't care about that. It's just the other stuff. But like, if we're arrogant enough to be like, oh, let's show a whole baseball game, then yeah, MLB has every right to say, oh, okay, here's the hammer. Yeah.
Right. Or you decide to have a full episode of Friends.
Yeah, right. Full episode of MASH. I'll give you another episode of MASH. I'm sure they would.
Oh yeah.
I'll give you another example, and it's 100% my fault. When CM Punk came back to wrestling, when he made his AEW debut, I showed his whole segment, and that's a big no-no. I should have cut that down to where it was transformative, but I didn't. Why? Because I was stupid.
It's okay.
We forgive you, Mike.
It's not.
I let my emotions take over, and how excited I was to see him back in professional wrestling, and I didn't transform it like I should have.
They shouldn't be surprised. I mean, someone puts out a trailer, a lot of people are going to do a reaction to it. And if they're not going to do a reaction to it, I mean, it's reaction anyways, I guess. They talk about other stuff, but while you're talking about the trailer, but the fact that as far as we know, with Rumble, we can play the whole trailer, talk over it, whatever, and run it.
I haven't gotten anything yet, but I'm still keeping my eye on it just in case, because they could change their rules and it's their platform. We're guests on it.
Right.
And again, it might not be Rumble. It might be the fact that the Hughes come in there, the lawyers again coming in. Yeah, they're showing this stuff on there. If I was Rumble, I'd sit back and say, come here, lawyer, sit down. Whap them a few times. Figuratively, YouTube across the face and go, this is free advertising. We're giving you free advertising. Figure that out, you moron.
Yeah, it's free advertising. What are you guys doing? So let us show the trailer, and there shouldn't be a problem. Yes, if we were showing a whole episode of something, yes, that probably is not cool. But and if Rumble wants to crack down on that, it's fine. But don't trailers. I agree with you, Baron. Other things like that, no. IGN can show it, and there's no whatever. I don't want to. I just think it's ridiculous. I know there's considered professional media, whatever, because people get paid, but people use even IGN trailers. So they do, here's StreamYard, and then they go on the IGN and they use the trailer. Things like that. So it shouldn't be a problem. It's all free advertisement for these companies. So
Well, I knew it was a problem back when the guy who made the easy chair that you could drive around in on the street, and he got busted for DUI. So the chair went up for auction in the police department, and they put it on eBay and they listed it as a lazy boy, a motorized lazy boy.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Lazy Boy's lawyers got in contact with the police department and said, no, take that down. This is not a Lazy Boy. This is another brand.
Right.
And, this is like 20 plus years ago this has happened. And it's like, I'm hearing this on the radio, and all of us are sitting back saying, shut up. It's free advertising. Let them think it's a Lazy Boy. Do you really want your competition to get the credit for this? No. Yeah, it might be slightly underhanded, let them go with it. But honestly, people are talking about the Lazy Boy.
Yep.
That I think was the first sign that these moronic lawyers, and yet you heard me right. I think a lot of lawyers are moronic because we have so many lawyers these days. And they got to figure out something to keep themselves valid in a job instead of actually doing real work.
I mean, some lawyers care, but I know what you're saying.
Oh no! I'm not saying all lawyers. I'm just saying that there's so many got trying to validate their existence with someplace, so they come up with BS stuff like this because there's just too many.
Mm-hmm.
That's all.
Yeah, it's.
There
are too many lawyers, but yeah, I mean,
right.
certain things.
I mean, I'm not trying to quote Shakespeare here. I mean,
you're giving people free advertisement. Okay, fine. Somebody has Disney Plus, for example. They want to show the whole episode. Yes, somebody probably should be flagged for that. Now, if you're showing the episode without any sound and you're doing it like the slides, then it shouldn't be a problem. People have done it before. It should be okay.
Well, yeah. Well, slides is something else. Yes.
But trailers and stuff, come on, guys. Like, just what's the problem? Oh, well, I heard the music. So who cares? Oh, you can't do that. Whatever.
Well, and what does the music do? It grabs your attention to the product that you're trying to sell. That's why you put the music in the freaking trailer.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
You just don't see the forest for the trees, you idiots. I mean, and they're idiots.
Yeah.
I mean, forgive me. I think on the aspect because of being in radio and television. Yeah, I'm going to pull that card. Yeah, I was in radio. I just want to let you know that. But with that, part of that was training on doing commercials, ads, stuff like that. What do you want to do? You want to grab somebody's attention. It's natural, right?
Yes.
So you're going to grab something that whether it's a catchy jingle.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it's if it's a product that already has like a theme or whatever to it, you're going to throw that theme in. It's like, oh, that's a Star Trek theme. What's going on? Oh, that's a Star Wars theme. That's going on. It's supposed to grab attention. If you take that away, then you, especially for people like us who are not professionals,
right.
But the thing is, it's just like Starlog. What is the thing in the old days that made things successful? Word of mouth. And you know what? Even with all this high-tech bullshittery that we have today, that's still a major thing. Word of mouth. Even with YouTube.
Right.
Because you have people making comments on here back and forth. Oh, Rogue, Rebel Moon was great. Oh, Rebel Moon sucked. Rebel Moon is okay. I mean, you get that debate back and forth.
I'm hearing the same thing about the Fallout series, and I've heard more positive from other people than I have heard negative. Yes, there is the negative out there, but it's made me think maybe I should give this series a look.
Right. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I missed watching it with Crit and Phil. I saw the messages afterwards, like, dang. But I can still sit down and watch it. Maybe me and the missus will sit down and pop some popcorn and watch tonight or something like that. But yeah, I mean, I'm not expecting perfection, but I'm expecting to be entertained.
Right. And
but
that's
well, getting back to you mentioning that you were in radio.
Yeah.
What was one of the first things I did when I started to get to know you, Baron?
Oh yeah, peck my brain.
Yeah.
And you woke up the little hamster on the little hamster trail in there. He wasn't happy about that.
No, it's
but in all seriousness, how do you present yourself? How you bring things forward? How you act on a microphone, even if you're not seen? You still have to. If you're not smiling, they know it, even though you're trying to sound like you are.
Right. And even if they're mocking something or whatever, it's still free press for the companies. So that's why one of the good things about social media is that you can get this information out there quick. Oh, it's here. And then boom, it's all over Facebook. It's all over X. It's all over Instagram. It's all over this. But the companies that want to, here's my lawyer, I'm doing this. It's like, dude, this is free advertisement. Like, why are we trying to keep doing this nonsense?
No. Right. And I'm going to say something here, and I'm not knocking anybody. Every name I'm going to bring in here, I am not knocking at all. On the contrary, quite the opposite. But you have a lot of people that come onto this platform, and they don't want to hear Doomcock's take on it. They don't want to hear Gary from Neutronic or Tom Connors or any of those. They want to sometimes hear people like us, because we're not necessarily the big ones. Our investment is basically what we like and what we don't like. We're less polished. We're a lot more, what you say, down on the home. I'm not saying these guys are wrong in their takes or such, and a lot of people do like going and hearing what they have to say. I still do, but it's one of many. But they still want to hear people like us, because just like in the old fanboy days when we all did get together, what did we do? We discussed, was this good or not? Is it worth seeing? The reason why I went to see Dune, it was because of Coach and Mexican Iron Man. They insisted I go see it. So it's like, okay, I trust their word. I trust what they say. I was on the fence, but they finally, poked me over it. And as we know, Mexican Iron Man is not a YouTuber.
I can relate to that, Baron, because I heard it from Crit how good -1 was, but I'm going to mention a name too. Loki. Stone Cold Loki. Loki's Mornings of Mischief. When he was talking on and on about how good -1 was, it's like, okay, he likes it. Other people in the chat were saying how much they liked it. Other YouTubers were saying how much they liked it. It's like, all right, I'll give this movie a chance.
Right.
Yep. Yeah. Crit sold me on -1, and I'm just not the biggest Godzilla fan. I never have been, but he sold me on that. No shame on you, Baron. Watch.
And to answer Spock's question here, whenever I want to do a Transformers Pop Talk, let him know. Well, guess what, Spock? I've been planning it for a while. I'm still working on things, and I hope to have it done by September, because somewhere around September 17th, it just depends on what's going on, 5 months from now. But around that time, because that's when the original animated series premiered, but somewhere around that time, I do plan on having a 40th anniversary stream for Transformers.
And then I'm going to be invited on there. I'm going to be going, "Go Bots! Yay, go Bots!"
and then this will be Phil. You know this will be Phil, Baron.
Extinction to all traitors!
And of course, needless to say, I bring that up because, again, like you said yourself, so many people supplemented their Transformers with GoBots. And I mean, that's what we did as kids, except for Phil, who lived in Delaware, under the watchful gaze of the former senator that they had there, and best buddies and bike partners. But no, we do come in here, and a lot of people do like to hear what the big shots say. But like you're saying, it's what the people who are in the chat, we trust everybody, even if they're not in agreement, because a lot of times they'll specifically say why. They're just not going to go and hate on it to hate on it. You might not necessarily agree. Fine, that's not what we're looking for. We're looking for clarity, not agreement.
Yeah,
and that's one thing that's been sorely missing. And we have to go back to those old days of word of mouth. And the best way to do it is these hunyucks out there. Let us run the trailers. Let us show if we're getting excited about it. It's only free advertisement.
Mhm.
And just let them go nuts as long as they're not showing the whole freaking movie.
And hello to PJ from Orville Nation. Good to see you,
Oh.
brother.
Hey,
I mean, okay. PJ, I hope you don't mind me putting you on the spot right now,
Uh-oh.
but
Uh-oh.
just like I'm a big fan of Transformers, I am a fan of the Orville. And if there's one person on YouTube out of a lot of people who like the Orville, I know PJ is a big Orville fan and he would love to have a season 4. We would all like to have a season 4 of the Orville, but unfortunately, it's not up to us.
No. Or at least a streaming movie.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't think it's going to happen. I hate to say. I mean, I never really watched the Orville. Maybe I should sit down and start watching it. You know, I have access to watching it, so I should watch it. I get a little nervous because of Seth MacFarlane and such like that. He just really turned me off so much lately. But you know, I've seen a few episodes. I thought they were good, and I need not fear the banana. That's all I gotta say.
there's Nightbot being mean again.
Nightbot.
You gotta
Here,
stop being
I'm
mean.
going to remedy that situation with Nightbot.
Oh, he's flapping Nightbot around.
Well,
oh no.
Well, I can't do it. It must be on either your side, Baron, or maybe Cash's side. That
I don't have
PJ 's on.
Nightbot.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh,
So,
okay.
so it's on the hooligan side. So here's what you do, Cash.
Mm-hmm.
Make PJ a mod. Then it won't be able to do that to him.
Okay. We'll think about that.
Do
Yeah.
you
Cool.
really want to do that, though?
Yes.
I
Yes,
know.
to
I'm
quote
kidding.
PJ,
There's
PJ,
also something. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
we grow together.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. I'm just teasing, but I thought it was what, ride the donkey, or what was it? I don't know.
Oh,
What
Baron.
was that? You know what? I have to sit back and see. I can't remember what the. I know there was that maneuver they called. It's like, I don't know. That they said about in space. And it's like, I don't know. Like I said, I haven't watched an Orville in a long time, so I need to sit down and watch it. Again, nothing really against Orville or anything. I just haven't really.
I've watched some of the first season. I think I stopped. I think I was watching at the time on Fox when it was on Fox before it moved to Hulu. Was it? Right? Yeah, it moved to Hulu.
Yeah, Hulu. Yeah.
What's up, Blue?
I mean, I saw the
Good to
first
see you,
episode.
Blue.
Hey, Blue. I saw the first episode. I saw the one where they were put in the zoo. And those are the episodes I saw of Orville. I need to watch more.
Yeah, I
Eating
don't.
edibles in a shuttlecraft. There we go.
Yeah, it's I don't know. I've watched some of it. It's funny, you talk to other people who will say, "Oh, well, the Orville is a ripoff of Star Trek." And it's like, how maybe it's just, inspired by Star Trek and then they put
It
their
is.
own little spin on it.
Well, yeah, there's no argument about it.
No.
They never hid the fact that the Orville, and kudos to Seth MacFarlane, because I think he was kind of fed up with the way Star Trek is going with Paramount. He wanted to have Star Trek, not what Kurtzman was delivering to us. And what did he grow up on? Next Gen.
And Seth can be such a mixed bag about things.
Yeah.
And it's just it's like, dude, you don't have to do what you say you're going to do, as in, you need to change this, or you need, like, this is why people like this so much. And
right,
it's just, with the studios backing you and this and that. But yeah, if people got a season 4 of the Orville, I think they would flip. Literally,
right.
If that was announced, a lot of the Orville fans would flip out. They would start spinning in circles, probably. Yes.
Right. And it's a small rabid fan. I mean, this is exactly like the Star Trek fans of old. They're out there. They love it, but they're being ignored.
Right.
And they're missing an golden opportunity. And it's like, this is your chance to have your Star Trek. Really.
Right.
Especially the ones who are jaded on Star Trek.
Mm-hmm.
This show has that feel of Next Generation. It has the look of Next Generation. It pulls in big name stars, and people have been begging for Shatner to make an appearance. We talk about the creme a la creme, but look at the Star Trek guest stars they've had on the show. So, I mean, if you want to have an heir to Star Trek, whether you like the show or not, it is Orville. It is at least trying to go with the spirit of what Star Trek is about. Hope. Right. Not whatever dystopian hell that they want to have with Kurtz.
Well, yeah. I mean, once again, it's very weird to me that certain number of people are fine with how Star Trek turns into horror, like season 3 of Picard. Picard. No, but season 3 of Picard, where it turns into this horror thing. It's like, that's not what I look at towards. There's horror moments, but actually turning into a more of like a horror film or a horror show or something. No, I think that's a bad direction. I really do.
I mean, the original series had its own touch on some horror. Right. Cat's Paw being one of it. It was their quote unquote Halloween episode, we might say. But still, it was still Star Trek.
Right.
You did have episodes that were a little more frightening than others because, again, you had episodes that were adventurous, you had adventures that were humorous, and you had adventures that were scary, downright scary. And that's the reason, to show that this is not for the faint of heart to do. That's why they're boldly going there. And but to go out and turn into a hack and slash horror fest.
Right.
And then to bully an ensign around by the name of Eugene to clean up the mess. Yeah. And it's that but the thing is that in many ways that's what people think. We need to have Gene come back to fix up this mess.
Right.
True. Very true. It was his creation, it was his vision.
Right. I don't think he'd be very happy. I mean, if he was not happy with the movies, pretty much because
which he wasn't. And it's a well-known fact that he wasn't happy with the movies for one reason or another.
Right, and most of it is because he was not in control, to be honest. But if he was not happy with those, can you imagine what he'd be saying about Kurtzman Trek today?
Oh, Gene Roddenberry on Twitter. Just think about it for a moment.
Well, even better, watching him take Rod and take him out to the woodshed and back.
Well,
no, honestly, because Rod Roddenberry is all
right.
For this.
He's all for this stuff, and I'm guessing he's like, well, it still makes me money, so why do I care?
Right. I mean, this would be his dad. This would be his dad.
All right, youngster, out you go.
Don't come back. Ever.
Yeah.
It's really weird but that's how some of these people in the family, they just don't care. It's like, is the money still rolling in? I don't give a shit. It's like, that's terrible.
Let's be fair and let's be actual true. Rod Roddenberry doesn't give a shit about Star Trek. He and his dad had a very strenuous relationship for many reasons, and understandable, right? I'm not, just going to go out there and say that he's being a putz to be a putz. But with that strained relationship, and now and his mother's now gone, he's in control of this part of this empire that's making a ton of money. Of course, he's going to, sign his name to stuff because he thinks he's going to get money. Well, he's not. Money's not coming in. No one's buying the merchandise. They're canceling a behind the paywall show that's supposed to be so freaking popular.
And they just announced the 4th Star Trek movie at CinemaCon.
God.
It's under the Kelvin universe again.
I just I think, and I'm planning on talking more about this, is just because you watch all the 3 Star Trek movies, and once again, are they memorable? I'm going to say no. I always tell my brother this too. I said, are they memorable?
Yeah.
What's memorable? I can't remember much at all about the Abram films. Now, if people
You're talking
them
about the
a
Abram
lot,
film. I
that's
thought you were
fine,
talking
yeah.
about the big three.
No,
I thought you were talking about the big three where
no.
No.
Rathacon.
He
Yeah,
was
I
talking
know,
about the
I'm-
J.J. Abrams films, not the
I
motion
know.
picture.
Wrath of Khan, right?
Where
We have to
Yeah,
go
I'm
back
just
to that
questioning
video again about the Wrath of Khan. Oh, God.
I know the motion picture gets a bad rap for being slow and trotting, but come
Mhm.
on, just seeing the first shots of the refit Enterprise.
That's worth the
And-
admission.
Yeah.
And you know what?
Yeah,
It was still Star Trek.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
You,
it's
you can't argue it. It was
Right.
still Star Trek. The reason why is because, well, obviously Gene Roddenberry borrowed heavily from a few scripts from the original series that he was going to do for the pilot. But it's like, could you be a little bit more original in this, Gene? No, that's my big gripe about it. No,
yeah.
it was still Star Trek.
Mhm.
There's a reason why Star Trek stayed alive. That's 2, 3, and 4.
I
Yeah,
may
5
not
minutes
like
straight Starship one. Yeah.
I may not
yeah.
like current Star Trek with the way it is, but I will always carry a glass of blood wine
Mhm.
for the original series,
Yes.
even Next
Mhm.
Generation after Picard,
Yes.
Deep Space Nine, Voyager, and Enterprise.
Yeah, right.
Oh,
It's all Yep.
by the way, Pluto has a dedicated Deep Space Nine channel now. So there's 3 Star Trek channels on there.
Mm-hmm.
I was
Yeah,
going to tell you guys that.
Yeah, I knew about it because I've actually watched the episodes as they're going on that DS9 channel. It's like, oh yeah, this is the episode where Ron formed a union.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
We need a union.
oh, this is my favorite episode, Alan Moraine.
Oh no, move along home. I'll shove that episode out of an airlock.
I mean, it was an episode that had potential, but they sure did screw it up. Mm-hmm.
It should have been lost in the transporter
Mhm.
pattern buffer.
See, the one thing is I have to sit back and say, I am not at all black-pilled about my science fiction I love. Classic Doctor Who, classic Star Trek, up to Enterprise and all those films, even if they weren't all good. Star Wars, I'm not black-pilled by any of that, all the way up to, what George Lucas had. I'm not black-pilled on it. You know why? As much as they're trying to destroy it on their other end, I still have all my stuff. I still have these universes I can escape into. I am not going to let Patrick Stewart taint Picard by what
You shouldn't. That's the
No.
thing, Baron. You shouldn't let things like Picard taint your experience with Star Trek. Now, I know I'd sound like a hypocrite when I say this, and I'm admitting that I am probably more than likely a hypocrite because season 3 of Picard did taint Star Trek for me.
Right.
Because they got their facts wrong.
Right.
When it came to the Dominion War.
Mm-hmm. Right.
I mean, they seem to conveniently forget that it was Dr. Bashir who developed a cure for the changeling virus.
Mm-hmm.
Cisco and crew found out about it. What did Chief O'Brien and Dr. Bashir do? They went into the mind of Sloan to get the cure before Sloan died.
Mm-hmm.
Because they wanted to save not just Odo, but the entire changeling species.
Right. Because that's the Star Trek model. We're going to do good. We're going to help. Even if there are enemies, we're going to show them that we're better.
Mm-hmm.
We're not just going to have words. We're going to have action, deeds, not words.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it's going to be hard. You got you do have to work over your prejudices. Look at Balance of Terror and the prejudices you had there that was still left over from the Romulan War, and Styles having to come to terms with it, especially when he sees that they have pointed ears and look like Spock. It's,
Anonymous, you're 100% right. OG
No.
will never die. There will always be a Klingon ready to wield his bat'leth for the honor of original Star Trek.
The only way they'll die is if it comes down to there's only one person left that likes it and they pass away. I don't see that happening.
Right.
I'll see the other stuff go. I'll see the other ones go first. Oh, Tommy. Hi, Tommy. Guinea pigs.
I mean, I'm not getting rid of my season collections of the original series, Next Gen, DS9, Enterprise, or Voyager.
Right.
Voyager is not even the top of the spin-off series for me.
No.
Yet I wanted to have all the seasons in my collection so I could, sit back one day and pop them into my Blu-ray player and watch an episode instead of having to pay for a streaming service.
Mm-hmm.
Aha!
I got a DVD player and I have a VHS. Ha ha!
I mean, that's the thing. We all have, that time where we go, you know what? And this is before it came out on Blu-ray. You know what? I got the director's cut of the motion picture. I'm going to watch it.
Mm-hmm. And Star Trek 2. And Star Trek 6. I mean, because you got extra added scenes in all those as it went along. That only helped. That only helped the movies. And you wonder why. Why do you guys take these, not have these scenes in the movie? Why didn't you have the stuff with Star Trek 6? Because now it made things understand a little bit more what was going on.
Mm-hmm.
At least they fixed it. Right away on the VHS release, they fixed it. Yep.
They did. I mean, I had that DVD. Star Trek 6. Let me grab it.
Yeah. I had the VHS when it first came out, and I got it for cheap because at that time they started charging.
Got it right here.
Mm-hmm.
I know it's upside down.
Yeah,
but
looks like mine. Mm-hmm. That entire set like that. Yeah, and I'm happy with my DVDs. Honestly, I really am.
Yeah, DVD is still good quality.
Yeah,
it is.
Just because I have the movies on Blu-ray now doesn't mean I'm going to get rid of the DVDs. Not when they're cuts of the film like that.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Yep.
Oh, sorry about that, Duchess. I whacked Duchess by accident. I'm a bad dog daddy. The dachshund union is going to come after me.
Baron.
I just
You're a bad parent.
I am.
And when it, comes to movies like the motion picture, I'm always going to defend it because I don't care if people think it's slow and this and that. I still think it's overall a good film. I don't care what people think. I really don't. I think it's a good movie.
Well,
I can watch it again. Yeah, and again.
The problem with motion picture was the original one that was released in the theater. It wasn't done.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't a finished product. And that was kind of the problem. And my big gripe, really the biggest gripe I had, was when they originally went into the cloud. And the length of time it took them going through the cloud. I remember going, are we done yet? Are we done yet? Are we done yet? Which, of course, they trimmed that down. They trimmed that down for the director's release. And it's like, okay, great. That works now. It works now. It didn't need to be that long. The beauty shots of the Enterprise, however, that was needed. I know people complain about that. It's like, how can you complain about that?
So is it then after it went out of the theater, is it now finished, or it was
with the director's cut? It was never finished.
Cut. Okay.
The director's cut, right? Because what happened is it went to TV and they added scenes in there to lengthen it for to fit into the format of television, and a lot of things that they had in there was not finished. like when Kirk coming out of the Enterprise in the spacesuit, you can see that the set isn't finished. You can see the workings of all the wood and all that in the set. That all got fixed with the director's cut, and that really helps out. But yeah, it wasn't. They were running so far behind and so over budget. Paramount just got upset and said, "No, it's getting released. We wanted a release for December release, for Christmas time release. So let's bring it out on Pearl Harbor Day."
Yeah. And I'm right there with you, Spock. I do count the animated series, the 2 seasons that we got. I count them. I count them as season 4 and season 5 of the original series.
I thought there was more than 20 though. I thought there were like 20, 23. I mean, I could be wrong. Yeah, I count them as official. I mean, when DC Fontana gave us more of that backstory of Spock with Yesteryear, which is the best episode. You know what? The best episode of the animated and one of the best episodes of Star Trek. Yeah, I saw that. That's crazy. It looked like the Filmation is cool. Cool.
I mean, they also did that same, little homage to the animated series with Best of Both Worlds.
Yeah, I was going to bring that up, but you beat me to it, which I thought was fantastic. I'm thinking, this is what we need. We need something like this. Of course, original, but we need something like this.
Yeah, it's just so weird. Like, we always go back to this, but it never, it's like we always have to be in some kind of war. It's like you want to explain people. It's like, okay, action, action, action. It's in your face, cursing, cursing, cursing in Star Trek. And you're just like, why did you guys think? Because we don't give a shit. Well, then why should we give a shit? Because we know how we feel about Star Trek, and our opinions are wrong. And yet, once again, the longtime fans is what keeping that money rolling. You lose that, there's a huge problem every time.
Well, that's why,
unless they feel the new generation, as they love to say about everything nowadays, the new generation with quotes,
the one that doesn't have any money,
right?
The whine and complain because they're too busy buying all their clothing that's overpriced and their iPhones, top quality ones, so they can be trendy. They're trying to stay in the trendies. Those people. Yeah, the ones that are making sure that STD is canceled behind a paywall.
Yeah.
This is what happens when you don't go for your fans.
And Tommy, I did mention to Baron and Cash and everybody just a little while ago that if I didn't have to drive 2.5 hours to a theater that was going to be showing it and then 2.5 hours back, and this isn't even counting extra traffic I would run into, I would go. But if I can find a theater closer to me that's going to be showing it, I'll transform and roll out.
Road trip. Be a true Autobot. Da, 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 da.
I know, Barrett. I know. I'm going to see it. It's just that at the theaters it's listing right now. It's like,
I know.
I don't want to drive all the way to that particular area.
I
don't blame
he's gonna come out of his house and he's like, I'm gonna try to transform, and he's gonna keep trying, and then he's gonna try to get to the theater that way.
He was inside the vehicle. He was inside when the
Cash. The transforming part is unlocking the car door, getting into the driver's seat, inserting the keys into the ignition, and starting the car, backing up out of the driveway, and then rolling out.
Man.
Yeah. Remember, Bumblebee even ran out of gas at one time.
That's true.
Yeah.
Speaking of running out of gas, my dad used to drive his truck on fumes, and I'd look at the gas gauge and go,
"Oh man,
Dad, you might want to stop
like
at a gas
Seinfeld
station."
Episode.
I get panic attacks when I see it just slightly dip under a quarter of a tank. It's like, okay, we gotta find the nearest one.
No, you got plenty of gas. And then you get close to home, but not quite close to home. And kerclunk.
Yep.
Well, we have enough, huh?
Maybe if I just put 50 cents worth of gas, oh crap, it's not enough. All right, better put some more dollars in there.
The other week, watching On Patrol Live, there was a guy who got one of those rental U-Haul trucks, and he ran out of gas right in front of a gas station.
Oh,
and they're trying to work on that, and they're able to put like 16 ounces of gas in it, and just enough for him to be able to pull into the gas station and get the rest of the gas.
and you always got to be careful too. If there's not enough lighting in a gas station, like there should be, and you put in diesel fuel or something like that, there can definitely be problems, especially when your car's not supposed to take it, but you didn't see the light or something like that. These things. Put on a flashlight, I guess?
No.
Here's
the thing, though, Cash.
Yeah.
Every time I go to the gas station, I make sure I go to a pump that's actual gasoline, not diesel.
Exactly.
I open my eyes up and I read.
You have to make sure you're putting in unleaded or whatever you need to put in your car. But I could definitely see that if it's not. You're in a new area and there isn't much lighting, even with your car lights on, and you can't see, and you're thinking you're putting in the right gas, that there could be a problem. I'm sure.
there goes your engine.
That's right.
There goes your engine.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So you're gonna have to call AAA at that point or whatever. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The thing is I still have a hard time having sympathy because they really do mark diesel pumps and the diesel nozzle quite well. I mean, they have the big green on it.
I was going to say, all you have to do is look at the pump. It's got the bright green on there, and it's got the green on the handle to let you know this is diesel fuel. You don't put diesel fuel into a car that takes regular unleaded or premium unleaded fuel.
Right.
It's just like when you see videos of people going to a gas station and they have a Tesla.
Yeah.
It's like
no.
The thing is, I think some of that is.
I know it's for clicks. I know it's for clicks, but still, when you see
funny.
it,
it's not. I love the fact that you're outside. You're outside the movie theater. You see a person. It's like, okay, I've got a Tesla. I mean, yeah, that car, the model looks pretty cool. But then it's like, oh, I'm here at this charging station for 4 hours. I'm like, okay, that's
go see a movie.
Yeah, go see a movie, right?
Well, that's the thing. Depending on the area, there might be a charging station close enough to your theater, where you can charge your car and watch a movie. And then by the time you get out of the movie, it might not be fully charged, but you'll have more battery life than you did.
Yeah.
But I know that this is gonna upset some people, but I still like the fact that all I have to do is put gas in my car, make sure the oil's good, make sure everything else is good on the car, put the keys in the ignition, and go.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, until we get Energon. Until we get Energon,
the Energon cubes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mike's gonna hide them all though once he gets a hold of them.
Well, yeah, because he's Microtron.
That's right.
Microtron, leader of the Pacificons.
See what you started,
or are we the Pacific bots?
I like being.
Some days I feel like Prime. Some days I feel like Megatron.
Yeah, he kind of goes for Megatron a little bit more than Prime. Okay,
Baron. He always feels like Starscream. So
I am Starscream. Yeah,
I see it. I can see it. Yeah.
I'm Starscream. I'm Starscream.
Oh, mighty Megatron. If I were in charge, the Autobots would have lost eons ago.
You couldn't lead androids to a picnic, Starscream.
Who disrupts my coronation?
Coronation. Starscream. I'm playing. I don't care before we get into the story.
My coronation.
Horror Nation, Starscream. This is bad comedy.
Megatron? Is that you?
Here's a hint. Will anyone else attempt to fill his shoes?
And even with that clip, like we were talking about earlier, having to transform videos and stuff, I had to transform it by cutting out certain parts of that scene.
Mm-hmm.
But still trying to keep enough of it intact where you got the gist that, yes, that is Megatron Reborn, and bye-bye, Starscream.
Oh, I like Starscream. Well, he did come back, though.
Yeah, he does.
He'll come back. Annoy Megatron for another 1,000 years.
Millions.
Millions, yes, millions.
Millions. Come on, millions, man.
Yeah, let's
Did you listen to Mike's song?
Right, yes, I did.
I had
That's
fun making that.
You did. And that's a perfect segue. See, Mike is getting good at these segues, folks. He really is.
And yes, Leonard Nimoy was great in the movie. It's too bad he couldn't stay on with them for season 3.
Yeah, they should have. Nowadays you do have the actors who want to do it. They'll be more than happy to keep on going and doing it. But back then it wasn't the thing.
No, it's like, okay, I'll do it for this movie, and then I'm done. Burgess Meredith, he did a voice for G.I. Joe, the movie.
Mm-hmm. Right. And I don't think it's necessarily the stars. I think it was just the studios. They just figured out the bat, oh, these guys are going to be too expensive, blah, blah, blah. So they don't even ask.
Yeah. So we have the story from IGN, and it says Transformers and G.I. Joe crossover movie is officially happening. This is the first official confirmation has arrived following the ending of Transformers Rise of the Beast. Which, as I've said before, of the live-action films, I thought Rise of the Beast was one of the better ones. I'll always rank Transformers the movie at number 1.
Oh, yeah.
That is the Transformers movie, as far as I'm concerned. And maybe I'm seeing it through my 80s kid Energon-coated glasses, but...
I mean, even seeing it again for the second time within, a good few months here, and I'm not wearing those kid glasses because I was older when they came out. So I saw it when I wasn't a kid, and I admittedly wasn't big into Transformers. I was more focused on Star Wars, but I still enjoyed watching Transformers. I'd turn it on and watch it. I think the movie still holds up great. And the one thing I always sat back is like how fast this movie goes.
Yes.
You think things happen later in the film. It's like, oh no, this stuff happened right away, and they're hardly taking a breath.
To quote Loki, when we were talking about the movie on Talk Hard last Tuesday on Pop's channel, there is no getting up and going to the bathroom. There is no getting a snack. There is no taking a break during those 90 minutes because you're on that seat and you're watching the whole movie.
You're on the edge of the seat. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And and I know Pop said he liked the actual sound score over the soundtracks that they were throwing in there. But honestly, that helped make the film even more, in my opinion. Weird Al and others. It really exploded. I mean, if you want to have what the 80s animated anime, because technically it's an anime, right? That film,
yes, it was animated over in Japan.
And the whole concept is from Japan. I honestly think this film still holds, and this is how you do a film. You don't have to do all the explosions like Michael Bay. You just, but it's an action thing. That's what Transformers are, is actions.
Yeah.
But there's a reason to the actions.
And I understand 100% where Spock is coming from because he was saying he was born in 2001. So 2007, he would have been around 6 years old. I was 6 years old when G1 came out. So 40 years ago.
Right.
So Transformers caught his attention at 6 years old. It captured my attention at 6 years old. And we remember things about the Transformers series that we watched.
Mm-hmm.
And just like fans of the original Star Trek, I'll always go back to G1 because there are some great episodes of G1. Yes, there are animation errors. There are character voices coming out of the wrong character at times.
Mm-hmm.
But that, for me, is Transformers, just like the original series is someone else's Star Trek.
It adds a charm. When you had those little mistakes in there, it kind of adds the charms where you kind of laugh, roll your eyes a little bit, but still you're enjoying the show. Again, it's those nitpickings where we have fun and with the thing. It's just like you said, not every property is perfect. And we were more than happy to point that stuff out, man. We're more than happy to. But the thing is, it was still done with love. It wasn't with disdain or cruelty. It's just like, hey, this is why we love it.
Even in the More Than Meets the Eye video I put together, I included 2 animation errors. One, you see Optimus and he has no eyes.
Mm-hmm.
And then the other, Starscream has blue eyes, not red eyes.
Mm-hmm. Well, maybe he's trying contacts.
Because again, it was my tribute to G1. Mm-hmm. Even the flaws when it came to the animation error.
Well, I mean, right off the bat, you have a property that's larger than life and outrageous. I mean, honestly, you think about it, this is outrageous. These are cars and planes and guns that turn into robots that do battle.
And
this
many
is an outrageous thing. And many cassettes, all across the board. I mean, this is an outrageous concept in the first place, but it's a fun, outrageous and of course, and you expect boo-boos to happen. It's like, okay, it happens. We're already accepting this. We're going to accept your mistakes.
Yep. And Spock is saying, that being said, I don't think 2007 is better than 86. I just think they both have respectable ideas. Everything after Transformers 2 sucked to me. Mm-hmm. And 6 years old is when I will show my kids Transformers. Yeah, perfect age. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if you've watched Bumblebee, Spock. Maybe you have, but for me, when that movie opens up on Cybertron, and you see characters like Ratchet, you see Brawn, you see RC, and you see Ironhide looking like movie versions of their G1 selves, that made me go, this is why a Transformers movie should take place completely on Cybertron. And we are getting one that's taking place completely on Cybertron in September. It comes out on the 13th. Sorry. On the 13th, I believe, called Transformers 1. Where Chris Hemsworth is going to be voicing Optimus Prime, and you have Scarlett Johansson voicing Elita 1.
How do you think he's going to do as Prime?
Apparently, what's some of the rumors that I've been reading on some of the Transformers sites, he's not using his normal voice.
Right.
It's not going to be Thoramus Prime. From what these rumors have been saying, but we'll see. So, supposedly, another rumor, and I read this on a Transformers site called TFW 2005, the trailer for Transformers 1 is supposed to premiere on Thursday. We'll see.
Ooh, okay.
But I'll be honest. Again, this is where I stick with G1. There is only one voice of Optimus Prime.
Right. I wonder why they didn't get him to do it. I mean, crying out loud. I mean, he's there. Use him while you got him. Yeah. But going.
One shall stand, one shall fall. Life.
Yeah, again, it's those things that when you hear it, it instantly your head pops up. It's like, I know what that is.
Mm-hmm.
And, let's go with another thing of stupidity. By the way, Volkswagen. They refused to let them use a Volkswagen as Bumblebee.
Yeah,
They
did in the first live action movie.
Right, because they didn't want it to be promoting war. And it's like, do you realize if you had a Volkswagen as Bumblebee, how people and you went out there and you had a tie-in where you had the car tie-in, the Bumblebee edition of a Volkswagen Beetle. Can you imagine the sales?
Yeah, I know.
Idiots. Silly Germans.
No, I've never heard about this, Tommy. Never heard about it at all.
Huh.
See, and that's another thing. When I do have the Transformers 40th anniversary stream in September, I want Spock to be there. And Tommy, excuse me, I want you to be there. I want fans of Transformers to be there. Especially G1, because I'll be honest, it's going to be heavily focused on G1 because that's where it all started.
I'm confessing, I'm preparing for this one because I'm watching the old G1 series. It's on Tubi, and I'm watching it on there, and it's like, boy, this is fun. But God, there's a lot of episodes.
especially when it came to the second season, they had I believe it was 46 episodes for the second
Something
season.
like that. Yeah, it's like boom. It's like holy cow! Someone got carried away, which is good. As long as you keep on having the quality.
Well, there were some episodes that had great animation quality, and then you have companies like Akon who animate episodes, and it looks like crap.
Yep. Always happens.
Even back then, I can remember watching those episodes and going, "Why does Optimus look that way? Optimus doesn't look like Optimus. Why is the back of him white? It's supposed to be red."
He had a bad plastic surgery, bad body job. There we go. He had a bad body job. Trying to look young.
He needs to go back to the body shop.
I mean, he's 6 million years old. I mean, he's trying to look younger. Pick up those auto babes. Hey, you want to go out there and make a pintle?
Baron.
I know you can't take me anywheres.
But see, this is what Pop Talk is about too. Talking about our love for franchises, no matter how old we are, talking about our love for them and saying, I would love to see them do this. Yes.
Right.
What was it kind of nice that they added Unicron to the live action movies in Rise of the Beast? Yes, but I think it could have been done better. I really do. I know they teased it in The Last Night, and that was the last Michael Bay directed movie, but I still think they could introduce Unicron in a much better way. Not necessarily a big way because of him being a big Transformer. I'm just thinking of a better way. I did like it that the score did include a little bit of the original Unicron theme from the 86 movie. Because if you listen closely, you can hear it. I thought that was a nice touch. But I still think if you're going to introduce Unicron, introduce him in such a way where new fans realize that this is a big threat in the Transformers universe.
Right. He eats planets.
But continuing on with this article from IGN.
We went off board again. That's us.
Well, we still kept it in the topic of Transformers. Come on.
True. And of course, Cash fell asleep. So
He just needs to recharge his energon. He's in stasis right
Either that or he's at the Whole Food.
now. Whole Food looking for energon. Fresh energon.
Yeah, tofu energon. Tofu
Following a
John.
te- Following a
Back to you,
tease
Mike.
during the ending of Transformers Rise of the Beast, Paramount has officially confirmed at CinemaCon 2024 that a Transformers and G.I. Joe crossover movie will be released in theaters in 2025 or 2026. So they don't even have the year quite narrowed down yet. I mean, if they were going to release it next year, that means they would have to start production immediately.
Yep.
It says, while we didn't learn anything else about the movie, it was confirmed that Steven Spielberg will be an executive producer on the project, and Lorenzo de Bonaventura, Mark Veridian, Redian, Michael Bay, Tom DeSanto, and Don Murphy will serve as producers.
Here I thought you were going to say it was Lorenzo Sleestack that was in there. But okay.
No. For those unaware, the ending of Transformers Rise of the Beast saw Noah being interviewed for a security job by a mysterious agent played by Michael Kelly, who hands him a business card with the G.I. Joe logo on it. Because of Noah's experience, he has actually been recruited to the top secret military organization that many of us loved growing up.
I got a question. If you're a top secret organization, then why are they seen everywhere and people know about them? It's like UNIT and Doctor Who. Again, they're supposed to be a top secret organization, but yet everybody knows about them. I'm just asking.
I know.
Back to you, Mike.
I know. The crossover has been teased for many years, with Bonaventura calling it a possibility back as early as 2014. Having Transformers and G.I. Joe together is a big deal, as it has never happened before in live action or even in animated form. Wrong.
Yeah.
Wrong.
Here we go. Okay. They pushed Mike's button.
Run. Okay, how many times can I say that? Plenty of times.
Yeah, I mean, we got another hour to go if you want. You know, to do wrong.
There's an episode in season 3 of Transformers Generation 1 called Once Human. And in that, Rodimus Prime, Ultra Magnus, Springer, and RC are turned into synthoid humans. And who turns them into synthoid humans? Cobra Commander. He's not referred to as Cobra Commander in the episode, but at the very end of the episode, you know what? Not only will I tell you about it, I'll show you. Give me a second to look it up on YouTube. Find the exact clip.
You know, and the thing is, Mike, you did it right when you should have done this. Oh, come on, you piece of garbage. And when the moment
I know.
Yeah, you gotta get quicker on the button, man. Oh man, you know that Cat Money's a bad dude. He's a lying dog faced pony soldier.
But at the end of the episode, Cobra Commander screams out Cobra. And if you don't believe me, I'm pulling up the episode right now. I think we should be fine.
You know, I forgot about that.
I think we should be fine if I start it from right here. So
okay,
let me go ahead and share this screen.
This is only helping you, Hasbro. Only helping you.
Yeah. Let me share the new screen. But this is Only Human, Generation 1 of Transformers Season 3.
Enough, were you? They simply don't make terrorists like they used to.
I mean, for crying out loud, he looked like him. How can you, how can you not sit back and say that wasn't Cobra Commander? You know. I'd rather have seen Baroness, but that's beside the point.
Well, you and me both, Baron. You and me both. Okay, let's get back to this article. Let me reshare my screen for that article. And there we go. But anyways, talking about how it has never happened before in live action or even in animated form, which I just showed you. I just showed you. It did. It did.
Yeah.
There were crossovers in the comics beginning with 1986's G.I. Joe and the Transformers, but that was it. Wrong. Who wrote this article again?
Dewey Oxburger.
Adam Bankhurst. Adam.
Gern Blanston.
The movie is very likely to be the next entry in the Transformers franchise following Rise of the Beast, a film we said in our review proves that the Transformers franchise is accelerating in the right direction, delivering solid Autobots action and a solid voice cast behind the infamous robots in disguise. As long as Peter Cullen's voice in Prime, I'm happy.
What do you mean by infamous?
Too old to do it. You never want to be called infamous.
Megatron's infamous, not the Autobots.
Well, you know how current day feels about heroes.
Yeah, they think it's cool to be called infamous. They think it's a cool thing. It's like, only if you're a bad guy. Only if you're a bad guy.
Yeah. The animated film Transformers 1 also got a behind the closed doors first look at Paramount CinemaCon presentation, as did their announcement for another Star Trek movie.
Boo.
Not the behind the scenes, but they also announced that. It showed a young Optimus Prime and Megatron as lowly worker bots who can't even transform. To earn their ability to transform, they must go on a journey to the surface world. That contradicts Megatron's origins as a gladiator in gladiatorial pits of Kaon. But hey, I'm just a Transformers fan here. And of course, if you go by the G1 origins, he was built by the Constructicons. So, you know, G1 had some aspects that they stuck with, other aspects that kept changing over and over again. Whatever suited the story. We also got a glimpse of Bumblebee and Megatron going up to the surface world via a supply train, and Alita working in search of the matrix of leadership. Transformers 1 will be released on September 14th. Okay, I said the 13th, but it's the 14th.
How dare you get it wrong?
And stars Chris Hemsworth as Optimus Prime, Orion Pax. Brian Tyree Henry as Megatron, D16. Keegan-Michael Key as Bumblebee, B127. Scarlett Johansson as Alita 1. And Steve Buscemi, Lawrence Fishburne, and John Hamm. Well, honestly, if this is supposed to be taking some of the origins of Optimus and Alita, this is again where my Transformer fandom comes in. She shouldn't even be called Alita 1. She should be called Ariel. Because in the episode of G1 called War Dawn, she was known as Ariel before she was then eventually upgraded like Optimus was from Ariel to Alita 1. Because there's a scene of young Alpha Trion saying, a female warrior. I think I'll call her Elita 1. After the Ariel bots say, you know, there's others that are damaged by this Decepticon attack that need repairs too.
Dang Decepticons.
Well, it was because of Megatron. He wanted fuel, resources. He wanted to conquer Cybertron.
Mm-hmm. They needed Starscream. That's what they needed.
And I'm trying to catch up to the chat.
Yeah, good luck. They're chatty today. I like that. Woo!
I like it too. I like seeing it. It's been a long while.
I know.
Oh, give me a break.
Well, I mean, Cobra Commander was kind of coughing, so.
Yeah, but he still said Cobra, even if it wasn't coughing.
Mm-hmm. And more importantly, looked like him.
See it, and even Tommy says it.
Well, that's because he's smart.
That's because we Transformer fans know our facts. And
you roll out and get it done.
And even if one person doesn't know it, another person does, and they share it with the community.
Yeah, it's not what you know, but who you know.
Why should they do a little bit more research when they can just be a bit lazy?
Whoa, look who's back! How is Whole Food? Do you get your Energon tofu?
Yeah.
Yeah. I found the forbidden donut again, Baron.
Oh, good. It's the Energon one, right?
The Energon, yeah, of course.
Energon.
The Energon donut, yeah. The Energon donut.
Yeah.
Okay, I gotta sit back and start watching more of the Transformers.
Yeah,
really getting
dude, you should, man.
Well, yeah, I mean, I watch it way back when, but
yeah.
Mm-hmm. But I started watching it, going on good way through the first season. It's like, oh yeah, that's right. This, right, that. I want to make sure I look smart for Mike when he has his show. I want Mike to be proud of me.
No, come on, Mike. Why do you invite this Baron tag to the stream? He doesn't know anything about Transformers. Like, easy, Tommy Hyde.
Mike's sitting on his pedestal, like on his throne, and Baron's like, "Did I do good for you, Mike?" And you're like, "Well,
well, we're talking about Transformers, not GoBots, Baron."
Like I said before, I didn't care. I had GoBots and Transformers.
Yeah,
they were in the battles together.
I don't know what Phil's talking about. Did you guys remember saying, "Hey, man, I got the Transformers," and then if you had GoBots, your people won't play together because they have GoBots and Transformers. I don't know about you guys, but growing up, I never heard any of that kind of stuff ever.
No, I don't.
Well, I don't know if you knew about this, Spock, but even for Bumblebee, it wasn't Peter Cullen to first voice the lines for Optimus in that movie. They had someone else come in, and Peter Cullen had to match that person, not do Optimus the way he would have done it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, could this movie be good? Maybe.
Well, how are they going to cast the G.I. Joe side? That's my question.
Yeah, who are you going to have? Are you going to have General Hawk as the leader? Are you going to have Duke as the leader? Are you going to have Flint as the leader of the Joes? And, are you going to include Baroness?
Oh, please.
Are you going to include the Crimson? Excuse me. Yeah, Destro, the Crimson Twins, Major Blood,
right,
for Cobra.
And this is,
but even more so, actors.
Yeah, I mean, this is going to be a live action. It's not going to be animated, and so they're going to have to do a lot of cool stuff with this. And
are you going to do Snake Eyes right?
Yeah,
and here's the thing: it's going to be another big budget Hollywood movie where the budget is bloated. And
Right. Exactly. Are you guys gonna are we gonna hear from these actors again? Because this seems to be a pattern. I didn't read the source material, and you're just like, yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it'd be interesting because it's going to be really hard to include everybody that we like from both properties because it's just going to be huge. I mean, even Transformers the movie, well, some of it was the fact that season 2 is being worked on. They didn't have the characters all set up yet. But it's still hard to bring everybody in on even a film like that where it's just solely focused on the Transformers. Now you got another giant property with so many good guys and bad guys again, Cobra and G.I. Joe. Which ones you're going to bring in? I mean, you got to bring in Cobra Commander. You got to bring in Destro. You got to bring in Baroness. For the bad guys. I mean, right there.
Yeah.
I mean, on the good guys, well, yeah, you got some good questions. Who are you going to have running the team? Are you going to have Scarlet? Yeah, you're going to have Scarlet.
Yeah.
Lady J.
I mean, Lady
Cover
man.
girl.
Oh, Buzz Lightyear treatment. No. where the Autobots are like, what do we do, Optimus Prime? I don't know. You guys want to pound a rock? Yeah, okay. No, but no, I would hope they would do this stuff justice because this is something definitely new, and you've got to bring on. They've got to read the source material, at least some of it. What, like a comic?
There's plenty of comics, whether it's Marvel US when they publish the comics, or the UK Marvel run of Transformers from back in '84. The current stuff they could read.
Well, isn't IDW releasing a lot of these in?
They did.
Yeah, and they need to do it again. For
Well,
both Transformers.
now it's under a different publishing house, the Transformers license and the G.I. Joe license. And from what Pops and Ironcaster were telling me the other day, these new Transformer comics are worth picking up.
Yeah, I remember hearing him talk about that.
Nice.
Besides them complimenting me on my trolling skills.
Yeah. Let's see. Probably not Spock. I mean,
yeah.
It is hard to judge before this movie's been released how Scarlett Johansson's going to be as Elita 1 and how Chris Hemsworth is going to be as Prime. Is he going to take some inspiration from Peter Cullen's Prime?
Right.
Exactly.
Again,
or is he going to make it his own?
Right. I mean, everything I'm saying is not a criticism at all. It's just questions. It's like, okay, we want to know. I mean, and that's how we always were. It's like you hear about this stuff. It's like, oh, well, what's it going to be? How's it going to go about? I mean, that's where you get the excitement building up. And that should be what happens. People should be getting excited, not turning it into a downer. I want to see the excitement again. It's like, oh, they're going to do this. I wonder how they're going to do it. Oh, and your imagination goes wild. And you just can't help it. You're just stoked.
And it's like, oh, this could be really something different because you haven't seen this, especially as a live action. You taking two quality franchises, I would say iconic. We'll go with iconic.
It is
with G.I. Joe and Transformers, and it's like, okay, but I just hope people don't say, well, we're doing this for a modern audience, my favorite one, or saying, once again, of course, we didn't have them read any of the source material. And you're like, huh? Yeah. So I hope none of that happens, and that's why there's always that worry around. But we'll see what they do.
And I'm curious to know, why is it that Elita 1 has to be the one looking for the matrix of leadership? Why can't it be her, Optimus, and other Cybertronians looking for the matrix of leadership?
Because I mean, the perfect source is go to the YouTube, the Hasbro channels. They're airing this stuff, or go to Tubi.
Mhm.
There's your research. You don't even have
Right.
to read. You can sit back, pop some popcorn, and
Yeah.
watch the shows.
Yes.
Yeah.
That would be good. Yeah.
You can look at what worked well in the episode and take
Mhm.
what worked well and formulate it into a big screen adaptation. That's what they did for a part of Dark of the Moon. They looked at the Ultimate Dune from G1
Mm-hmm.
and they incorporated some elements of that.
Mm-hmm.
I still think G1 did it better.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah. But it's good to ask questions of what it is, or and dream of what you like to see. That this is what it's all about. And it's like, who would I cast? Who would you cast in these parts? Who is going to get cast? It's all those important things, and that's what keeps fandom alive. Not the everything is done to shit. It's like, no, I mean,
Right,
let's have a little hope.
And shunning people also for asking other questions. It's like, no, are you guys gonna, do this? And don't. These are fans who care about these properties. Why take a wrecking ball to it? And I understand what Tommy's saying, and people go, "Oh, you're just," and it's always funny
I
because
understand
it's
his
like,
point of view.
Yep.
they'll say, "Oh, you're just negative. You're just negative." It's like, dude, have you seen the history? Like, it's factual. It's right there in front of your eyes. So you have to like. Are they gonna care? Are they gonna actually come out and say, "Look, guys, we're really trying to do something cool with this, and we're hoping that you like it," instead of, "Well, it's time for a lecture. Let me get out my pen." Yeah.
Well, yeah, and Tommy's absolutely valid, and that's some of the stuff also we talked about. Is it going to be good? Are they going to do a good job? I mean, for crying out loud, the talk all around Batman '89. Oh my word! And it's not the fact, of course,
people don't think that Mr. Mom would be able to pull it off for Batman '89.
People had their doubts also about, Bond, about Mr. Came into after Brosnan. Mr.
Daniel Craig.
Daniel Craig. Yeah, Mr. Craig. But and you even go back further than that, and you're just like, oh wow, what if some of these other Bonds, like Dalton? What if Dalton got a chance to do more Bond movies? It's just
I wish.
Like, yeah, I mean, it would have been cool. He was more serious. He's very good. But
yeah, I mean, I would love to. I would go into that mirror universe where he's got more movies.
But when people start saying, "Who cares? It doesn't matter," then it's like there's going to be huge problems. Why can't people ask these questions about Star Trek, about Transformers, about Star Wars, about whatever they love? And people can say, "Oh, you're just nitpicking too much." Like, it's just crazy to me. Always ask questions, especially about all these properties you care about. Never stop not caring about this stuff. You grew up with it. I mean, I feel just like you guys probably how spoiled I am growing up in an era in the 80s and the 90s, and just like the stuff coming at you all the time. Oh, this looks cool. So cool. Growing up as a kid, watching these cool cartoons, watching these cool movies. And sure, there were bad films, but there was still a lot of cool stuff to look forward to. Summer, everything. And so nowadays you're seeing a lot of this stuff not making the money it should because of the direction that the studios are going in. It's like, well, maybe you should start caring more about what the fans want. You don't have to care about everything, but just going in a better direction. Yeah.
What made the property what it is. And we know you're spoiled because you grew up in your palatial estate in Beverly Hills, so we understand that. But no, I mean, these are the things that they call us toxic fans for, because we dare ask questions. There's nothing wrong with that. And you do have, just like in the old days, you do have the ones that get carried away and shoot their mouth off and spew out whatever. And we all rolled our eyes even back then. And Tommy, it's 100%. Right on about his fears, because there's a track record. And we also had stuff like that. It's like, well, can they do a Batman film? How are they going to do a Batman film with Keaton? They're saying it's not going to be a comedy, but yet you're putting Mr. Mom in there. You know, you're putting Beetlejuice in there. You know, you lift off all the roles that Keaton did, and none of them were things that would be the Dark Knight material.
Yep.
But the thing is when you do have these discussions in these debates, what you're doing, you're keeping it there in the forefront, people's attention, and Spock is absolutely right, about taking risks, and we were willing to go along and see what these risks were, and when they paid off, oh my word, yeah, it might take a little while for it to get noticed, like Blade Runner, Tron, a few of the others.
Yeah.
But when you see these risk-taking stuff eventually and appreciate it, that's when you have gold. You have gold. So I'm hoping something good. I'm hoping something good comes out of this.
Yeah, don't shun people who want to ask questions. Like if somebody says, "Oh, I like the Marvels," for example, it's like, "Well, what do you like about it?" And if somebody gets offended, it's like, "Well, then I guess you didn't like it that much." Talk about it. Tell us why you think this is good, or why you like this property, why you spent money on this. There's no problem with stop. It's so frustrating because it's like, why do you want to shun people like that? Like they want to ask a question like, why did you like this? Oh, I like this because of the humor. Yeah, but what was it about the humor that you liked? Here's a follow-up question. I'll never understand that. And look, there's still stuff coming out. Dune Part 2 was pretty cool, but then I was thinking about when I was watching it what you said, Baron, and I haven't read the books, and I will always admit that, but I will say that, okay, I can see where Baron's coming from, and I'm curious to see what you think of this when you finally see it, Part 2.
Yeah.
Since you have read the books, and I'm like, well, I probably should start reading some of the books. So,
You should. You really should. It's worth the time. And yeah, I mean, like Adam Moss is saying, one of the great classic, quote unquote, low budget, you want to call it a B film, Transers with Tim Thomerson.
Yes, there was. Look, even what do we talk about? Ice Pirates, some of this other stuff, Red Sonja. There was still stuff in there to like. There's still stuff you can find in there to like. And they're like, we tried. We only had this budget. Let's see what we do. I think the original Evil Dead had a low budget. Look at what they did with that. Yeah. Look at what Raimi did. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's how you create them. You got it's
exactly.
When you're forced into a box like that, sometimes you got to be creative, and this is where you get your creativity juices going. If you can't get it going, then you're in the wrong business.
Yep, I agree.
Yeah, don't play it safe anymore. It's time to take risks.
That thing on YouTube, you saw that too, Tommy. It's so freaking good. So freaking good, man. It's like what, 5-6 minutes, maybe longer. It's just like the emotion coming out of the turtle after everything that's happened. It's just like, wow. Yeah.
It just, I mean, it's like what was it, Batman 86, I think is the name of that short film, where you have the Punisher and Batman together. Great one. Judge Minty, if you like Judge Dredd, Judge Minty's out there, and how wonderful that is. You look at some people did little animated shorts of Judge Dredd. It's like, oh, why aren't you doing this? Rebellion. Look at what these guys are doing. Get these guys on and let them do an animated Judge Dredd series. This is where the creativity is, and it's about time that Hollywood picks up on that, and that these are people who love films. They look at films something other than the business practice. They look at it as magic. And that's what it is. That's why it's called an art. This is art, right? There is no formula necessarily to art. You just go out there, you do it. You can try to teach art as much as you want, but the thing is everybody's formula is different. We don't make mistakes. We just have happy little accidents, as Bob Ross would say. Yeah, Mike's. You know what? There we go.
So
you
cool.
look at that, right?
Yeah.
And
'Cause I mean, yeah, he's the last turtle. Like it's a really but it's funny because the comics were dark. They were dark before when they started.
right, yeah,
The
it was when they
turtles. So,
became,
yeah.
when they became
Power
the
Rangers was
cartoon.
dark too. Like it's
Mhm.
crazy to think that way after things you've seen in the West and whatever. But yeah, they were dark too. Power Rangers actually died. Go
Right. Well,
figure.
yeah, well, because they had to dumb it down for the American audience because they didn't think kids could handle this stuff.
Right. Right.
And they weren't necessarily aimed at kids per se either in Japan. So again, it's short-sightedness on a lot of people's on the side there, but yeah, let's get that creativity going.
Right.
This is where it's at. So.
And I'm just trying to go
Yeah.
through all the comments and catch up.
Oh,
and
good luck. They're not shutting up in the chat. You know what? That's a good thing too.
That's good.
Right. Keep talking in there, guys.
Yeah, never
Don't shut
stop,
up. Keep
guys.
on going. Yeah.
Ask questions. Say what you
Ask
on your mind.
questions. Yeah.
That's right.
Tell us how great we are. Especially tell us how great we are. But yeah, just keep going on in that chat there. I love when I see a chat pounding away. It's just.
And Tommy's right. Unlike the cartoon series, the comics were dark.
Mm-hmm. Very much so. And even the mask. Even the mask. I mean, you take a look at the Carrie film, right? And even the animated show. It's not the mask of the comic books, that's for sure. Ultra violent and insane. That's about 2 words I can put to it. But, to each their own.
So we have this article from Superhero Hype. It was posted on the 11th, and it's by Brandon Shore. And it says Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: The Last Ronin being turned into live-action R-rated movie. Good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean,
It's
if it has a purpose for being that way, yes. If it's just us just doing R-rated film, no, you suck.
One of the things I liked about the 1990 film was its dark tone.
Mm-hmm. I thought it was the score and the soundtrack.
Well, that helped too. And who knew that Sam Rockwell would go from being a thug in that movie to actually becoming a named star that people know about?
Oh, you take a look at how the places that people get started on. Courtney Cox with the He-Man and
Yep.
Yeah. Or Masters of the Universe, I should say.
Yeah, Masters of the Universe, right? Oh, Anonymous, you go find your lesbians in Hogwarts, bro. It's all right.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: The Last Ronin is being turned into a live-action R-rated movie. The Hollywood Reporter, Paramount Pictures, is now developing a live-action feature film based on Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: The Last Ronin. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: The Last Ronin is a 5-issue limited series that launched from IDW Publishing in 2020. Based on a story by Kevin Eastman and Peter Laird, creators of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles franchise.
Mm-hmm.
That's another reason why it's good. Because you have the original creators involved.
They want to get back to basics.
Mm-hmm. The series was written by Eastman and Tom Waltz and illustrated by Asu Escorza. I might be saying that wrong. Isaac Escorza, Ben Bishop, and Eastman. It goes on to say, who is the last Ronin? The synopsis for the comic series reads, in a future battle-ravaged New York City, a lone surviving turtle embarks on a seemingly hopeless mission seeking justice for the family he lost. From legendary TMNT co-creators Kevin Eastman and Peter Laird, get ready for the final story of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3 decades in the making. What terrible events destroyed his family and left New York a crumbling post-apocalyptic nightmare. All will be revealed in this climactic turtle tale that sees longtime friends becoming enemies and new allies emerging in the most unexpected places. Can the surviving turtle triumph? Paramount's new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: The Last Ronin is intended to be rated R given the story's dark subject matter.
Mm-hmm.
Ty- Tyler Burton Smith, Boy Kills World, is writing the script. While no director has been announced to be attached to the project at this time, Walter Hamada, meanwhile, is producing the movie. The last Ninja Turtles movie, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: Mutant Mayhem, released in United States theaters in August 2023. A Mutant Mayhem sequel is also in the works and is currently scheduled to be released on October 9th, 2026. A release date has not yet been announced for the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: The Last Ronin movie. Of course, we're also getting a Last Ronin game, too, based on the comics.
Ooh.
That's one thing I'm looking forward to, as long as it plays well. It could look visually beautiful, but if it plays like crap, then I'm not playing it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly.
Hopefully they'll have a demo.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That would be smart. Yeah.
And that was dumb of them to sell off their rights. It absolutely was. Eastman sold his rights first, then Laird sold his, which allowed Paramount to swoop in and pick it up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I agree, Tommy.
Well, IDW is a funny beast, isn't it? Sometimes they do stuff that's wonderful, and then they do stuff that's like, come on. I mean, I just have to look up and take a look at my complete collection of Bloom County and Academia Waltz by Berkeley Breathed. And it's like, they did a wonderful job there of getting everything put together. But then they pull other crap. It's like, really? Really? In front of my dachshund, you did this?
Yep. I mean, I'm not going to be there going, oh, yeah, this is going to be good. This is going to be good from start to finish. No, I want to see more stories about this movie's production come out. I want to see not just a teaser trailer, but I want to see a full-on trailer to give me a good impression of what this movie is going to be like.
Yes, and if it's anything like what the fan project was on YouTube, or like Tommy says, you just hire those people, hire that guy. They were going in a very good direction with that. Hire him. It seems like a no-brainer.
And even Capcom recently, they've gone full DEI too.
Yeah, I mean, I think the thing that they really are excelling at now is reprinting stuff, reprinting old things,
getting the back issues.
Right. So getting the old classic comics in collectible form, combined a graphic novel form. At least if you missed it, at least it's a least expensive way than trying to get some of the original comics, which might be a heck of a lot more. And that I can give praise to. But yeah, I mean, knowing what they did to Geary, or at least one individual did that to Geary over there, and their attitude is like, yeah, they can be a shite show. There's no doubt about it. I'm not going to be an apologist for them, but I will praise them when they do things good.
Yeah, it's like we've said before, when the companies do something good, you should praise them for that something good. The moment they do something bad, call them on it.
You're absolutely right, Tommy, and they should take a lesson off of that. Why is the old stuff selling? Doesn't take rocket scientists to sit back and start wondering that. To sit down in that beanbag chair and start contemplating belly button length of why our stuff, new stuff, is not catching on, but people are clamoring for this old stuff. I mean, it's time to get off the eagle trip.
It is. It really is. So I'm going to check and see if the box office has been updated.
Ooh, box office, box office, box office, box office.
Because the last couple of weeks, at least, when I've looked at Box Office Mojo, they haven't had it updated, but it looks like for today they do. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at that next.
Oh, I was ready to do this.
3 hours later.
That's fine.
But I guess it was because we're about 3 hours in. So, yeah, that's kind of fit.
And I know some people might say, boy, Pop Talk goes long. Well, on Sundays, yes.
Yeah, we blabber a lot.
We're having fun. That's the whole point. We're having fun.
Yeah.
I mean, I am. I can't speak for you and Cash.
Mandatory fun.
Yeah.
You will have fun. You will have fun.
Bricks. Break the rocks for Pop Talk. Yay.
God. You too, I swear. So for this weekend, Civil War came in at number 1. I saw the trailers. I'm not interested in it. And it made 25.7 million. You have Godzilla Con, The New Empire.
Okay. First of all, one question. I'm going to show absolute ignorance here, and that's what it is. What's Civil War? Is it about the Civil War?
No.
Oh, that one. Oh, that one.
Yes.
Yeah, there's been people who like it.
Dreams.
Right. There's people who like it. There's other people who don't like it. There's people who said that there's stupid parts in it. I haven't watched it yet. It is the guy who did Annihilation, though. So Annihilation was very good. Very good movie.
No, I kind of figured this is probably going to be a twat waffle sermon. Oh, these people are horrible.
Oh no, I just hear it's like it gets really dumb, but I don't know. I haven't watched it. I'm like, but it's the guy who did Annihilation. How can it be stupid? But I don't know. I haven't watched it.
Well, they're dumb and then they're stupid. I mean,
right.
Dumb is when you can actually watch the film and enjoy it, even though it's silly. And then stupid is like, you got to be kidding me. I want my money back.
Right.
And Godzilla vs. Kong in total has made 436 million worldwide. It's done more international box office sales than it has domestically.
Yeah, understandable.
Yeah.
Especially Japan and a lot of the Asian countries where Godzilla and Kong are big. No pun intended.
Well, that's good to hear, Tommy. You know, if it's making people obviously happy and it's making money overall, so that's good.
Well, yeah. I mean, we know that not everything is going to be hitting it straight out of the ballpark, but is it watchable? Is it enjoyable? Does it give you that hour and a half, 2 hour escapism where you walk out going, yeah, it wasn't as good as the other one, but I still had a heck of a lot of fun. That's what's important. That's 80 cinema in a nutshell, by the way.
Ghostbusters Frozen Empire, it doesn't look like it's doing as well as Afterlife did from a box office standpoint. And, you know, I know what my review was when I came out after seeing it that Friday. And then a couple of days later, my score changed. My thoughts on the movie changed because I had time to sit about it and think about the movie.
Yeah. I know what's causing it. Patton Oswalt, they shouldn't have had him in there. Waffle.
He was in there too long.
Yeah. I think just the one scene is too long with that twat waffle.
And Doom Part 2. Well, look at its worldwide.
Wow.
It's got an audience.
Yes.
I liked it. And I'll still stand by what I said after I saw it because that didn't change a couple days later. I still enjoyed the movie because I got to see it in the theaters. I didn't get to see the first Dune in theaters back in 2021. But this one, I wanted to see it excuse me, I wanted to see it in theaters. I got to see it in theaters, and boy, was I happy to see it.
Did you hear that AMC was whining about how people were making sandworm fleshlight jokes about that sandworm popcorn bucket?
Yeah,
Well,
the popcorn bucket.
it's not. I mean, it's. No, I haven't heard that, but I guess I'm not surprised. It's great.
Yeah, I know somebody out there. They're kind of flummoxed that what type of people will take this and sexualize it? It's like, well, guys, look at it, for crying out loud. Just
Yeah, I got a Ghostbusters popcorn bucket when I went and saw it, but it wasn't the trap. I did like how the trap looked
yeah.
for a popcorn bucket.
Right.
Did they have one there?
No, not at my theater.
Oh, damn. That's why you didn't get it.
Yeah, they just had the one that I showed in the video after I came out of seeing the movie.
But yeah, Dune Part 2 has definitely made more money than Part 1. Well, I think one of the big reasons is people are going to the theater to see it.
Well, yeah. Yeah. The cool thing, yes. But yeah, I mean, why not? It is one of those movies that you want to see in the theater. It is that big spectacle. You might have a great entertainment system at home, but still be able to see that on the big screen with their sound system. And if there's people in there enjoying it as well, sometimes the oohs and the ahs and the gasps, that these films sometimes deliver. That's what you want. You want to have, we're social creatures. That's the thing that's going to keep theaters alive if they keep on producing stuff for theaters. We're social creatures. We want to be able to sometimes, even those of us that are the most hermit-like, sometimes want to go out and have that spectacle together, to be with like-minded people. Obviously, if these people are going to see it, it's because they, like me, have an interest in this, right? And you want to share that experience. And so, yeah, I mean, let's keep theaters alive. Hollywood, let's keep theaters alive. Give us reasons.
Just give us more options for theaters too. Don't after of course the Koofa Doofa Loof, they took a lot of these theaters away. They took the Pacific theaters away, and then all they did was take the Pacific theater away and certain areas around here and just change them all to AMC. Well, I don't hate AMC theaters, but it'd just be nice to have even more choices. Even the ArcLight was nice, but they changed that one, and they changed it to Regal over here, and I guess it's pretty much the same theater. It's just with a different name, but it's not ArcLight anymore.
You're just upset because you didn't get the sandworm flashlight popcorn bucket. That's why you're upset with AMC.
I was waiting out there. I was tapping on the window. Please, where is it?
Now, I would have been doing that for the Ghostbusters trap one. Yes.
Oh, would you?
Oh, come on. Look at that sucker.
Open.
No, fat man mows down 15 kids to get a popcorn bucket. Film at 11.
There you go.
The injury tally, it says, oh, the humanity. Oh, the humanity. Little Tommy was able to walk again, but then this fat ass came in, knocked him over, and he's paralyzed again. All that work St. Jude did.
Why did you knock over Tommy? I mean, what are the guinea pigs going to do, Baron? Why'd you knock him over?
I'm just a cool bastard. I only think about myself. So,
yeah.
You know that.
That's why we throw oranges at you at some point. Oranges, yeah. Not tomatoes, but oranges, yeah.
I like oranges.
Good.
As do I.
Yeah.
But Baron and Cash, if you look into the private chat, I've posted the links to our next two articles. If one of you would like to read one of them.
Well, you know what? I might as well read the one because I'm the one that brought it forward. So I'll take care of that one right now. In fact.
I'll let you have the honor of reading both,
Yeah.
Baron, because you're just such a special guy.
Nope, nope. Baron reads one, you read the other.
Mm-hmm.
Listen to Doc Pop over here.
Well, he is the boss, man. He's the boss. And what we have here, of course, is an article from IndieWire by aligned Christine Zilko and is dateline of April 13th, 2024. So that was yesterday. And I found this this morning, actually, and popped into our super secret meeting page. And Mike decided we should go with it. So Conan O'Brien mocks Warner Brothers Discovery Max rebranding. They used to call it HBO, but that was too popular. I mean, the headline itself, they had me laughing. The late-night TV legend took his talents to Max to host the new travel series Conan O'Brien Must Go. But that doesn't mean he has to like the name change. Go on down. If you still forgot to drop the HBO when talking about Max, which we all do, take comfort in the fact that Conan O'Brien's in the same boat. Well, we don't care. We're still going to call it HBO Max. Appearing on an episode of Hot Ones to promote his new Max travel show, Conan O'Brien Must Go, the late-night TV legend poked some fun at his employer's decision to rebrand the flagship Warner Brothers Discovery streaming service after years of calling it HBO Max. Is it HBO Max or just Max? I can't get used to it, O'Brien said early in his appearance on the chicken wing centric talk show. Okay, whatever that means, but it's not a better name. We've said that a lot ourselves.
Yeah.
As the episode progressed and O'Brien's taste buds were subjected to more pain. Oh, they must eat hot wings on the show. Okay.
Yeah, they do.
Okay. The comedian became more vocal about his disdain for the rebranding. By the end, he was comically shouting about how he preferred the name HBO. I have a show. It's on Max, he said. They used to call it HBO, but people found that too popular. So now it's Max because that really rolls off the tongue. It's a funny show. Conan O'Brien Must Go sees the comic expanding on the formula behind the Conan Without Borders travel specials from his TBS years. The new show follows O'Brien as he travels to Norway, Ireland, Argentina, and Thailand, oh my, ladyboys, to meet fans of his popular Conan O'Brien Needs a Friend podcast. Conan O'Brien Must Go premieres Thursday, April 18th on HBO Max. Watch O'Brien's first appearance on Hot Ones below. Of course, we're not going to play that for various reasons, not to be snotty, but everything he's saying is what we've said.
Yeah, I still call it HBO Max.
I mean, HBO has that more recognizable by everybody. What does people think when you have Max? Cinemax. So what goes in conjunction with that? Skinemax, because of all the soft porn they used to put on it on the weekends at night. The Emmanuel movies and stuff like that. I mean, when you're prepubescent, you turned on Skinemax at night. I tell you, it's like, okay, yeah. So obviously, HBO has a better, what would you say, a better image.
Yes, it does. I agree. And HBO Max it's a good, solid name. It's just like Twitter was a good, solid name, but no, we're going to change it to X. Okay, so we'll call it Twixt.
Mm-hmm. Well, the thing is with HBO Max,
I still call it Twitter.
Right. Yeah. Well, that's what it is.
Even though in my post today I did put X, I mean, when you share the link, it still says Twitter. So still call it Twitter.
I call it Twatter, but that's me. But no, really, HBO Max is perfect because for two reasons. One, HBO and Max. Cinemax is owned by HBO, always had been, right? So those two together. But then when you call it HBO Max, it means it's maximum. It means you have something big also. You got the double meaning behind it. So put the HBO back on there, man. I don't know who was sitting around smoking what in your decision-making room, but you're idiots.
And real quick, I want to say thank you for Sweetful for following the channel. Actually, met Sweetful over on Pat Stevens' Rumble channel.
Oh,
So thank you for the follow.
Very cool.
welcome, welcome.
Welcome, man.
We'll be gentle. We'll be gentle. Well, Cash might not be, but Mike
Yeah.
will.
Yes.
But you know,
I can be nice. It's just whether I choose to be.
yeah. He needs to be nice to us more often, right, Cash? He's a tyrant.
I am nice to you guys.
Yeah, we live.
We had a he
well,
let us have a shack, Baron. So that was at least
Yeah.
something. So yeah.
I just want to let everybody who might be new to Pop Talk know that we give each other a hard time. We bust each other's chops day in and day out, even when we're not on stream. We'll send a message to each other in Discord, sometimes busting each other's chops.
Usually me going after Cash.
Yeah.
He's my favorite target. He's my favorite.
I'm gonna go after you. That's why I have the donut for you, Baron.
Yeah, I know.
I'm
You
gonna
go
try
after
to
me
get
too.
it, and every time, little zappy, little zap zap.
But you know, Cash and I both know that one of these days we will go into the dungeon of former hosts, never to be seen again. As he, you know, as he starts blowing. Yeah, as he starts blowing. It's like,
Then just Mike just pushes us down the black.
Hello,
void.
is there anybody in here?
Hello, where are we?
Hello. There's all the old hosts sitting around by the garbage can with the fire, trying to stay warm. As Moss and Janet takes our spot, you know. So
right. and then Phil is in the background. Good. Like
Okay.
He's doing the role of the devil.
Yeah.
What do you mean he's doing the role of the devil? He is the devil.
Yeah, that's it.
He even knows it. He cackles when we tell him that.
Yeah.
Oh, he cackles. Oh boy, does he cackle? He doesn't laugh. He cackles.
He does.
But I mean, it's a short story. It's what a lot of us here on the YouTubes been talking about.
YouTubes, yes, the YouTubes,
yeah. And we talked about how silly it is. We roll our eyes. It's like, yeah, it doesn't chafe us or anything. We just go, it's a stupid move. Okay, let's move on. That type of thing. I'm not hung up on it, but it's just funny seeing Conan O'Brien going after. It's like, this is good. It's good to see someone of a bigger stature saying how stupid it is.
Yeah,
like we have been. So,
right.
Yeah.
I mean, I think deep down he is kind of one of us. He did write for The Simpsons and such like that. So
yeah, he did.
Mm-hmm.
I'm always iffy sometimes with his politics, but I will say the man gave us many years of joy and with his show and the masturbating bear and stuff.
Well, and the thing is,
comic insult dog.
Yeah. Well, and the thing is that's just it. And when it comes to politics, I mean, all across the spectrum we are within our group. But deep down, we have a love for the geekiness, and he's a geek deep down. You can kind of tell.
He is.
So
his Clueless Gamer series was quite funny. I missed that. I don't think he's doing that anymore, but that was very funny.
I mean, I don't consider him one of the greats, but he was good. Really, no.
It's really funny for a long time.
No, there are some late night talk show hosts he can't replace. He can't replace Johnny Carson, even after all these years. You can't replace him.
Right.
Oh, Dick Cavett. I mean, there's a bunch of them. There's
Jay Leno was good. Jay Leno was
really good
and
too.
then he came back and it just didn't work.
Well, you had Tom Snyder.
It was a Tom. It was the show, and it just changed. The format changed, and it was at a later time, and it was.
But you know who nobody's been able to replace, both in his ability to be the host and his comedic timing? Craig Ferguson.
Oh, I was thinking that too, man. Yeah, Craig Ferguson was just his sarcasm and his humor. His dry humor and his expressions. Yes.
And the guy himself is a bit of a geek too. I mean, he even had an appearance on Red Dwarf back in the day, so he was confident. Oxygen's for losers.
Mhm.
But I mean, I'll even sit back and say Letterman on the NBC years was great. When he went over to CBS, not so much. But
certain things I liked about it.
well,
your
yeah,
cuts of meat. Yeah, I mean,
but
I know what you mean. Like,
yeah, he was more risk taking, more going out there when he was on NBC years, and yeah, I'm not saying when we went to CBS that was it, he was done. But no, his greatness was definitely on the NBC years. When he went to CBS, yeah, he kept going, but he didn't age well as he went along. Though you could tell it was like, okay, you're just here for the paycheck, aren't you?
It's sad that it gets to a point where these great talk show hosts, great actors, actresses, get to a point where all they're looking at is the paycheck.
Yeah, it does. It does.
Well, I hate
Conan,
to say that.
You guys can also go back to when Conan was with Sean Penn, and he was saying, "Oh, this cancel culture is real," and it's like, we told you guys, you didn't listen. We told you this was coming for anybody who they don't agree with. It doesn't matter what your politics are. It just doesn't. Yeah.
Right. And I can't remember what I was going to say. I was going to say something, but thank you, Cash, for throwing me off. That's good. Yeah, good job, man. Good job.
Well, you know what Cash can do since he threw you off? He can read the last story. That's what he could do.
Oh boy, see.
It's a good story, though. It's a good story.
It is a good story.
Yeah, come on. I'm not giving you crap to read. I'm giving you a good story to read.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Make it as
I only took this. I only took this one because I suggested it. That's all. I would have loved to have read this story, trust me, but I suggested this one. So.
Well, I'm waiting to read this and then find some errors in Bounding the Comics. So I'm waiting.
Wow.
But we'll see. So we got the story here from Bounding the Comics with Lord of the Rings star John Rhys Davis was skeptical of Peter Jackson and had low expectations of the adaptation at first. I went with duplicity in my heart. Legendary actor John Rhys Davis is renowned for his innumerable appearances.
Sounded like me, Cash.
Right. Well, I want to make sure I say these words right. Like you haven't heard these words and stuff. Yeah. Right. Appearances in TV and film over several decades. However, despite his notable roles such as Professor Arturo on Sliders opposite Jerry O'Connell, which I will say Sliders was a good show. And I wish we could get some more shows like that again.
And it was John Rhys Davis who helped make Sliders a good show because having him on there gave the show legitimacy.
Yeah. And Jerry O'Connell, like, he is a good actor. He is. He's a good actor.
And he's a geek. He is a geek.
He is. I agree. He's a geek. He's well remembered for two things: Indiana Jones and Lord of the Rings. And look, once again, as great as Harrison Ford is as Indiana Jones, you don't have Sala in Indiana Jones. The movie is just not as good. It's just not. The way those two play off each other. Yeah. So yeah, he had a lot to say about both worlds on Michael Rosenbaum's Inside of You podcast recently, plus a host of other topics, including loss and human morality. It was revolution. God, I'm speaking like Mike now. Revelatory, there we go, discussion all told. And when it came to Lord of the Rings, Davies confessed he was reluctant to work on Fellowship of the Ring as he didn't expect it to move forward valiantly as a trilogy. Much less did he think it would outgrow Star Wars and win awards like the film eventually did. His faith in Peter Jackson was disturbingly lacking, and in the beginning, I went with duplicity in my heart. To be honest with you, when I heard they were making Lord of the Rings, I said, "Oh yeah, good luck," the actor recalled. And
I'm going to hold off comment till the end.
Right. And who's making it? Peter Jackson. He's done one or two wonderful small movies, but let's face it, if you got a call of 4 got a cast of 4 and 6 weeks. Anyone can direct a movie, and sadly do. But he has, but he has any idea of what he's really getting himself in for? Davies told Rosenbaum. I did hear they were doing it, and I got asked to do something on tape. And I thought, Lord of the Rings, this is going to be a complete cluster, whatever it is. He recalled.
Clusterfuck. Clusterfuck.
Yeah.
I'm saying it.
Yeah, you can say clusterfuck. Yeah. He recalled still he was willing to give himself a vacation and see the sights. And let's see. I thought, never mind. I haven't been to New Zealand, so go there, take part a month, look around, and walk away, because this is never going to happen. Jackson has no idea what happens when you make a big film, and I've done some big ones. Davies continued. Well, that's not arrogance. I feel like that's just honesty.
Yeah.
Originally, the veteran was up for the part of Lord Denethor, I think it's pronounced Denethor. What do you think, Baron? Yeah, okay. That ultimately went to Fringe star John Noble. Then they told Davies he was cast as Gimli, and he was taken aback because of what that part demanded. When they came back and they said, "We want you for Gimli," I thought, what the hell? I've spent 30 years trying to be recognized. What the heck? Why would I want to put myself in a prosthetic like that? And why would I want to spend 5 or 6 hours a day in makeup? Davies explained. He added, more than that, who wants to spend 3 years in New Zealand in a film that actually comes out in part 1, falls, and the other 2 go direct to the video or something like that? Davies also recounted the days of shooting canceled by a flood that took out houses and a road. But despite natural disasters and makeup chair hours, he changed his tune. Within 18 months, he would sing the praises of Jackson's Lord of the Rings and predicted it would become iconic and do better than the Star Wars prequels. This, of course, came to pass.
Yeah. There you got Gimli and Lex Luthor talking together. How's that? No, and
like Salty Tavern
said.
I just want to make sure I pronounce these words all right. Denethor. Thank you, Salty. Yeah, I haven't heard that word before. Denethor. Yeah, thank you.
Did you see the movies?
Yeah, I did, but
then you heard the name.
It's been a while.
You heard it, man. You heard it.
It's been a while, so a long time since I've seen the movies.
Well, I'm gonna make a recommendation. If you watch the movies again, just go right in there and watch the extended cut.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dive into the deep end. Don't go into the shallow end. Dive into the deep end.
Yeah.
Right. Sorry, we hear it. We try to be more professional than Bounty in the comics because we're always waiting for them to have some editing problem in some of their words. So yes, we will do better than you, Bounty in the comics. You will just wait.
But yeah, exactly. Listen to Cash. But the thing is what he's sitting back saying, for even us fans, or and people, even those that were casual fans of it, we're all kind of thinking, because we're hearing things coming out. First of all, it's like, Peter Jackson really was like, who the hell is that? I mean, you kind of knew him from,
right?
Like you said, if anything, from what he did, and nothing was big budget. Then they're saying that, we're going to be using we're not going to be using people of short stature, except for like the far away shots. We're going to be using regular actors. It's like, well, how are you going to pull that off? I mean, that's going to be a lot of work, especially when you're dealing with dwarves, you're dealing with hobbits. John Rhys Davis being the tallest of the lot, and he's playing a dwarf.
And they made it work.
And by the way, guys, Denethor, he showed up in the first film, right? I'm trying to remember, like in the beginning, or am I thinking he showed up in the second or third movie? He showed up in the first one, didn't he, Denethor?
Second?
Yes. The second one. Okay.
Thank you, Baron. I was going to say the second one, but you beat me to it.
Okay.
I was just going to let Longer a little bit there before.
I'm sure you
Because
were.
it's fun. Yeah, it's fun.
That's why I keep the forbidden donut from you. But yeah, no, yeah.
And not only that, he got 2 roles in the movie. Not only did he have Gimli, he had Treebeard as well.
So cool. Just imagine being on the set of that, man, and filming in New Zealand. I mean, that's just awesome. That's really awesome.
And of course, that film wasn't the only one that suffered from disasters. I mean, Star Wars did, Phantom Menace did, where sets were completely destroyed and had to be rebuilt. You had filming issues with Lord of the Rings. Sean Astin had a glass. Even though they're having the Hobbit feet, there were still, like slippers, whatever, on their feet. But a piece of glass went through and got them on the bottom of the feet, and they had to get them out of there. I think they airlifted them out to get taken care of for that. So yeah, I mean, everything has its problems, but but when you start seeing the material, and you got, of course, Christopher Lee on the set, and he's kind of going through and critiquing as it's going along. Yeah, you kind of sit back going, oh, this is going to be a quality product. It's not going to be like Ralph Bakshi doing the animated one. No one thought to him, but his was definitely getting much more rushed through. And of course, thank God that Harvey Weinstein didn't get his hands on Dreams on this one, because obviously he doesn't know anything about the property.
Right. That's crazy salty.
Yeah. And the fact that Jackson stuck to his guns, where it's like, no, people are going to be smoking in this film. Oh, you can't have smoking. No, Gandalf, he said, yeah, I had a contingency for him to be sucking on toffees instead. But no, he fought for the fact that, hobbits smoke. Gandalf smokes. They had people professionally going in there smoking the clay pipes to get them nice and dark. God, I would have loved to have that job. Sitting around smoking, BSing. Oh, what a job that would be. Heaven, I tell you. But it's. I can understand John Rhys Davies' apprehension to this.
Yeah, anyone would, man. Yeah, anyone would in these, especially if you read the books or whatever. Like, oh, good luck with that, buddy. Good luck.
And of course, I know his biggest problem, and the reason why he said he'd never go back and revisit the character, is the makeup. The makeup was just atrocious on him for what it was doing. He was allergic to the gum, the glue gum that they put on there, and it would just rip off his face and cause issues with skin blemishes. But you know what? He was still a trooper. He still went through it.
Yep.
John Rhys Davies
he did it for his craft.
Yeah. He's a smart man. I mean, listen to this guy. This guy is no dummy. He's a very intellectual. Of course, I know him from many other roles. I know from his role in I, Claudius. I mean, he should be a favorite of Phil McCracken, because he's the one that gives the order for Patrick Stewart to be killed. in Claudius, and takes over. It's like right there, that should be his favorite character. But I mean, all the stuff he's been in, always a quality actor. And seeing him as Sala,
that's why I'm telling you, it's just a very good character. It's not just a good character; it's just very good. The how they play off each other in those movies is great. Yeah. Oh, the papers, like in the Last Crusade.
Asps, very deadly. You go first.
That's right. Bad teeth.
Yeah, bad teeth. That was definitely a great one right there. Catching it in midair.
Yes.
And he had Andy's back, and that's what you liked about him.
Yes.
Yeah, and that was one of my gripes with the Dial of Destiny. He only had one scene in the whole movie. I think it should have been Sala and Indy going on this last adventure, not Indy and Phoebe Waller-Bridge.
No.
Yeah,
she's forgettable in that movie. But Baron hasn't watched it yet. One time he'll sit down and watch the whole movie.
I may. I mean, especially my disdain with Crystal Skull. I mean,
well, yeah, I still am not a fan of the plot. I just
Yeah.
feel the movie was fun, but I'm still not a fan of the plot. So.
No. For me, for some reason, some of the fun, I don't know, I lost some of the fun as the movie's going through. I know people make a big deal about the refrigerator scene. I found that funny. I found that Indiana Jones-ish. Because it's that outrageousness that Indiana Jones. And yeah, there is a lot of outrageousness in Indiana Jones.
Right.
You can't take that away.
Yep.
But as the movie went along, it just kind of felt it started dragging. And it's like, are we there yet? Are we there yet? Are we there yet? No. Are we there yet? No. Are we there? Shut up. Okay.
Yeah.
Don't make me take this bullwhip to you.
Okay. Yeah.
Get off my plane.
I was just gonna say,
Yeah.
get off my plane.
Get off my plane.
Quit crashing planes, Harrison. Quit crashing planes.
Yeah. And golf courses. Hey, there's a perfect good golf course. Banzai.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Did I insult any cultures? Tough. Banzai.
Hey, look. There's a perfectly good golf course down there. I want to go golfing. I brought my clubs with me. I'll just stand here.
Yeah. Hey, Clarissa. Watch me
I
get a
told
hole in
you.
one.
Get off this plane. I get shot first, you asshole. I don't care. Go fuck yourself. Yeah, no, like that's just
I don't care
like
who shot
Harrison.
first. I did it for the money.
It was like if you guys ever watched that Bruno movie, like Sacha Baron Cohen as Bruno finds him and he goes, "I know you, fuck you," and it's just so funny how it's set up. Like, and then they ended up in Anchorman 2 together. That's what's just cracks me up that they ended up in Anchorman 2 together. But before that, his Bruno, this gay porn star guy, whatever, he finds Harrison Ford outside. I don't know if I think he just found him and he's like, "I know you."
Yeah, he's flying over the golf course. Hey, Caressa, watch me get a hole in one. Harry, it's been a long time since you were able to do that.
Yeah, dude, one of the dumbest things I remember a comment I read. No, he had a plane crash. No, Harrison can't die until he finishes Force Awakens. And I was like, dude, did somebody just really say that?
Yeah.
No, but the movie was trying to kill him. You remember the Millennium Falcon?
Right.
kicked his ass.
Yeah. The door slammed on his
Yeah.
leg and he got hurt.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's why
even this set piece doesn't want me here on this stupid movie.
Yeah.
But I'm only here for the money.
Yeah, that's why you can see his hair different. You know, if you watch the film, you can see how his hair changes between scenes. That shouldn't be changing because it's okay. It was filmed before. This is filmed after. It's like okay,
Yeah, dude. Is YouTube messing around again, Tommy? Unsubscribing people? Freaking YouTube, man.
Maybe that's the reason why I was dropping a sub. They were getting rid of poor Tommy.
Mm-hmm.
We love Tommy, YouTube.
Yeah, is
Tommy
that why it
the
happened? They got rid of poor Tommy over on the Phantom Hooligans too. That's not cool to do to Tommy. You know what, YouTube? How dare you? How dare you, YouTube? Yeah,
we are very pro guinea pig here.
That's right. We
Well,
are.
you know what YouTube would probably say to that. Let me just get the clip.
Relax, will you? For crying out, what's got into you? I'm breaking your balls a little bit. That's all. I'm only kidding with you.
That's right.
I know.
We don't play that one that much.
Yeah. I mean, I know it's Sunday and all that, but the perfect response back to YouTube.
Do you see what happens, Larry, when you fuck a stranger in the ass? That's what happens.
So, Larry, please stop unsubscribing people. Okay, Larry?
Right.
Seriously, man.
I'm gonna let my inner John Goodman out. That's a great scene.
That movie, man. It's just so much fun. It's just so much fun. It's just a fun adventure film. It's great. Yeah.
It's all about the journey.
Mm-hmm. It is.
That's it.
Yeah. Well, that's just like your opinion, man.
Here we say it's a good film, and he puts that out there. I mean, for crying out loud.
Come on. Come on.
Come on, man. Come on, man. Don't be a lying dog face pony soldier, man. No, Cash Money's a bad dude. Cash Money's a bad dude.
That's right.
Really, I don't picture Cash Money as a bad dude, but come on, Baron.
Lighten up, Francis.
I don't
I
mind being
refuse.
bad, dude. I mean, we can't, whatever.
I refuse until Wednesday. Then I'll quit. Then I'll lighten up after Wednesday.
Well, speaking of Wednesday, we might as well wrap up the Sunday edition of Pop Talk. But before we do,
what?
Is there anything you'd like to promote? Either one of you.
You go first. No, you know what? You go first, Aaron.
Cash hates going first. He hates.
Don't fight over it. Don't fight over it. Here, I'll choose.
Look, you go first. You're second, and then I'm third. So you go. That's fine, dude.
Okay. Well, Saturday, 7:00 Central Daylight Time on the Phantom Legacy. I'll have these two gentlemen with me, and I also hope to have Phil McCracken of Release McCracken and Lord Grit of Everest Productions join me for Babylon 5 Season 5 discussion. We'll be going to part 2. We already took care of the first 4 episodes. Having a good time, and we were giving, I think we're giving positive review and feedback about what we've seen so far with those 4 episodes.
In there. There's stuff to like, Lockley and so on. I watching some of it again. It's like, okay, maybe Baron is Baron. Baron's the worst. No, but maybe Byron is. Maybe Byron is. I don't know. It's hard to like that guy. And as I said, they do a good job of you just like he's a telepath too. Keep him away from my brain.
Yeah. Well, that's just it. And I think that's what works with that character. You're supposed to be uneasy about him. Mm-hmm. And as we've seen through these episodes, he hasn't really been a prominent.
Mm-hmm.
And when we're talking about having like good villains, I don't know if we want to put him in the same category of a villain or such, but it's building up on it. He's in that background being a villain. You don't know what motivations are exactly yet. You can guess, but he's not being overused. And I think that's one of the good things, like J. Michael Straczynski says. Every season starts out slow and then starts ramping up. So
right.
And as we're going to go with this season, we'll see it start ramping up. And again, it's not the best season, but I always said there's always gems in here. One of which we discussed was the last episode we discussed, A View from the Gallery. And
good episode. Solid episode, yes.
Right. So we'll be talking about more of that, and we'll see how our opinions change, or if any, on it. And I hope everyone will be able to join us. Again, 7:00 Central Daylight Time, Phantom Legacy, Saturday. Be there or be square. We do appreciate lurkers. We really do.
Yep. So we got next week back with Vermintide 2, as long as everything is okay. Nobody has internet problems. Nobody has this.
Well, I couldn't help that the thunderstorm came through with high winds and knocked out the internet.
It was the Skyven. It was the Skyven.
It's a Skyven, yes.
Skyven and Kate were doing it. They were trying to keep you from... They were scared of you, Mike.
But that's what gonna go on the Phantom Hooligans, because I'm glad people are enjoying multiplayer Friday, which is one thing that's been definitely consistent lately on the Phantom Hooligans. And then that'll be always at 6:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, unless there's a change, but there usually shouldn't be. And then we've got it's just working off stream on some games and some videos, and some more video stuff will be up soon. Just want to make sure everything's working out, and then I think it's after everything I've done now off stream on Persona 5 Royal, it's probably about time to finally start that on stream, and that'll be on X, and that'll also be on YouTube on the Phantom Hooligans. So there's some cool stuff coming up. And then if I'm not here, I'll be with Jace on 540. and he's taking a little break right now, but he'll be back later. And then, of course, I'll be with these knuckleheads on Pop Talk.
So that's the 1/4 Pop Talk show you do with Jace, right?
Right. According to Phil.
According to Phil McCracken.
But yeah. And then Tommy, if there's some problems, like we can also discuss it on X too and stuff. So it's all good. I don't know why YouTube does this stuff, man. It's stupid. It's really stupid.
Well, that's why we started expanding our network.
Exactly. We have to. We just have to. Yeah.
This is the PAcific414 network, and
That's right.
is our Ted Turner.
Well, thanks, Farron. Thanks. Except here's the thing: I don't own the Cubs
yet.
Anything else, Cash?
No, that's all right now, pretty much. So.
All right.
I guess one more thing is, at some point soon, Mike and I are going to start playing Double Dragon Gaiden. Gaiden, excuse me.
What?
Yeah.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are.
Yes, we are.
It's a fun game. I've been playing a little bit of it offline, and
and I just want to sit back and say, keep on with those member chats. You bring up enough member chats in here, Mike will be able to buy the Cubs. So
he's finally going to put on
the Cubs.
He's going to buy the Cubs. I thought he was going to hide in the ivy like Phil and Whoopa like to talk. It's so ridiculous.
Well,
listen,
when he buys,
all
he
jokes
buys them, he'll
aside,
do it.
I think the ivy is quite nice when it comes in. I really do. I think it.
Yeah.
There's no other stadium that has ivy. There just isn't that I know of.
No.
I don't think there is. No.
It's the uniqueness of each stadium, and that's what's important. You shouldn't have every stadium looking alike. Yeah. And that's the uniqueness. When you see that, it's like, oh, they're in Chicago. It's iconic. And now all the stadiums are starting to look more and more alike. It's like you don't know what stadium people are playing anymore.
Unless you see the name on the front of the stadium, home of the say Seattle Mariners, T-Mobile Stadium,
right?
Is what it's known as now. Before it was known as Safeco Field.
Yep.
And I gotta quit doing that crap.
Right, exactly.
Now, as far as what's coming up on PAcific414, Tuesday and Thursday this week at 6 p.m. Eastern on the YouTube, Twitch, and Rumble channels, I'll be playing more Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. I'm having a lot of fun playing that game. I just wanted to get Mad Max finished this past week, which I was able to. So I can concentrate on getting Final Fantasy Rebirth completed before I move on to the next game. Now, at some point, as you've heard, Cash and I will be playing Double Dragon Gaiden. And I would like to have us stream it on both channels, to be honest with you, Cash.
Should be fine. I think it, yeah.
Do it.
And this Saturday, speaking of memberships, as it was brought up not too long ago, there will be a membership stream this Saturday at 2 p.m. Eastern for all PAcific414 members. And as I've stated before, when it comes to memberships, I will put any and all those funds back into the channel. So if there's a game that you want me to play, I will use it to purchase the game. If there's, something that would help the streaming look better, I will look into investing the money into that. Again,
the Cubs.
I'm in case anybody doesn't know, because I can't assume everybody knows, because either you've been busy and you haven't been able to come around, or you're new to the channel. I'm not covering the Cubs on the channel anymore, and a lot of it has to do with the price of MLB's TV package for Major League Baseball, whether it be MLB Extra Innings or MLB.TV. It's just gotten too expensive, and I thought to myself, no, I'm not paying $200 for Extra Innings. It could be even more than that for this year. I didn't even look at it for this year, but I'm not
Mhm.
paying $150 for MLB.TV to try to cover as many games as possible when there's still a good chance, just like on Friday, that the game's not even going to be available on MLB.TV. I'm going to have to go to Apple TV to watch the game. And I don't even have an Apple TV subscription. I'm not going to subscribe to it just for one thing.
That's right.
Excuse me.
I said, I ain't giving you no $350, you goddamn Loch Ness monster. Get your own goddamn money.
I gave him
Yeah.
I'm just not doing it.
I don't blame
And
you.
just like
Yeah,
with MLB.TV, I'm not gonna buy that when the focus of the channel has shifted from doing pop culture and entertainment and gaming and the box score covering the Cubs to now just pop culture, entertainment and gaming with Pop Talk twice a week and a gaming stream twice a week. And I like it like that. And I hope you all like it like that. If you don't, please let me know. That's one thing. That's one thing I do ask for is feedback. I'm not going to know if you guys like something or not like something without the feedback. But again, if you do sign up for a membership, it's only sorry, allergies. But it's only $4.99 per month. I only have one level because I don't want to price gouge people. I don't want to say, oh, but if you sign up for $10 a month, you get this. $25, you get this. No. Nobody's going to do that, in my opinion. Leave it at one rate.
And the first 5 subscribers get a spatula, a Pop Talk PAcific414 spatula, genuine one, Teflon. It'll look great in your kitchen. So we have people on the phones right now waiting for your calls. You won't find this type of entertainment on regular television. That's why we have public YouTube here. And it's your funding that helps these shows like this continue on. Did I do a good job doing a PPS type of thing there? Right. Sorry. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Jeez, Aaron. Oh boy. But again, I don't want to price gouge people. And again, I'm serious on this. 100% of the memberships, any super chats, super stickers, whatever, will go back into the channel and have gone back into the channel. It's like, I played the Stellar Blade demo and excuse me one second.
Well, I mean, it really helped me with these super chats because when I needed to have that bail bondsman, Mike was right there right away because he knew I was an integral part of Pop Talk, and that bail bondsman helped out there. So I'm really grateful for everybody.
But I played the Stellar Blade demo, and it had input issues. And no, switching the TV to game mode isn't the solution. But I went back to the demo and I turned off the HDCP feature on my PS5. I got better response. So now I'm thinking I will end up purchasing the game because my sister, for my birthday earlier this month, gave me a gift card. So I'll put that toward it.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yep.
Because she specifically bought the gift card for me to buy a game because she doesn't know what game to get me. So just get me a gift card. I'll take care of it.
Gift cards are good, man. They're good. So.
Just log into Steam and see his wish list.
But
that's what I did.
The thing is, I want to make sure that I give quality content, whether it's on YouTube, whether it's on Twitter, doing these streams on Twitter, or whether it's on Rumble, Twitch, Kick, wherever. I want to try to give you all the quality content that I can give.
And really, in all seriousness here, the Mad Max one was exceptionally good. You playing this 9-year-old, almost 10-year-old game. It's $20 on Steam. And the story, the mechanics, everything
Mhm.
about even the graphics hold up. And it's like, this is a great game. If you like Mad Max, you want to play this game.
It's a solid
I
game.
recommend the game.
Solid game.
I'm glad Jace from 540 Studios was generous enough to give it to me at Christmas time. I even told him that. I played a little bit of it offline. I said, you know what? I'm going to stream this. And I told him, I said, I'm going to stream this game.
And then, something a little bit more unusual, Cuphead. I mean, look how beautiful and challenging and abusing that game is.
Now there's a first-person shooter game coming out with that Mickey Mouse old style. I was like, "Oh, what's this? Is this going to be fun too? Just like Cuphead looks."
Well, you hope.
Yeah.
But I just want to make sure that you all get the content you expect here. And when it comes to the memberships, I'm not going to ask for a whole lot of money from everybody because, especially right now, we don't have a lot of disposable funds.
No.
Available to us.
Not at all. Sadly.
So, again, for this week, it'll be 2 Final Fantasy streams, and then Wednesday, well, you're all invited to be a part of the panel if you want to for this watch party. But if you're not there, I'll be saying this to you. Or if you show up late, I'll be saying this to you.
Where the hell have you been, soldier?
Training, sir! Training, sir!
What kind of training, son?
Army training, sir! Army training, sir!
That's right. We'll be watching a great classic, 1981's Stripes, directed by Ivan Reitman, starring Bill Murray, also starring Harold Ramis, John Candy. You had John Larroquette. Great movie.
Yeah, and the movie, all of a sudden, enlistment rose up because of this movie, much to Bill Murray's chagrin. You had posters of this film in the recruiting offices. This movie was big when it came out.
Yeah, it was.
Major impact.
I was joking with you guys yesterday, saying that Baron was John, who was played by Bill Murray, and Cassius Russell, played by Harold Ramis. But Anonymous, J.R.R, played by John Candy.
He's Dewey Oxburger? Cool.
Yes, he is.
My name's Dewey Oxburger, but friends call me Ox. I kind of, I got to wait for him. No!
But I will put the invite link in the Pop Talk Twitter group. I'll also put it in the Discord. And if you would like to be a part of that watch party, just let me know, and I will send you the link. And it starts at 6 p.m. Eastern on Wednesday. Yeah, it is limited because there's the 3 of us, and I'm only allowed 10 on StreamYard, so we have seven seats.
Who's going to get the golden ticket?
And Tommy, you have a good one as well, brother.
Hey, take care, Tommy, and your guinea pigs.
Yes.
And
I like guinea pigs.
Says I'll take that.
At least we didn't say it was Francis.
Lighten up, Francis. Before we head out here, thank you to all of you for watching us. I do want to take the time to thank everybody who watched us on the Pacific. Sorry, I hate this time of year.
Yeah, it's
good, man. You're good.
Time. Yeah,
just remember, it's always Baron's fault. It's fine.
Yeah, it's always fault. Especially after this odd winter we had, it's been really brutal. Started up early and just won't go away.
But everybody who was watching us on the Pacific414 YouTube channel, Baron Orman Tags Fandom Legacy, the Phantom Hooligans, Baron's Facebook, the Pacific 414 Rumble and Twitter pages. Thank you all very much. And I want to thank Real Wade Gaming Clips. Thank you, Wade. Salty Traveling Sea. Thank you very much, Salty.
Good seeing you, brother.
Hey, Salty.
Jed Sparks.
I hope Salty and I get to do something again soon. He's a great guy. I like him.
Of course, Tommy and the Guinea Pig Collective.
Mm-hmm.
Eddie Gannon.
Yeah.
It's nice to see Connie Clear.
Oh, hi, Connie.
We also had Inspiration TV, which is Orville Nation's alternate. I know that.
Ah. That's why you're the host. You know this stuff.
That's
Blue Wolf.
Wolf, yeah. Yep.
And speaking of Orville Nation, come on, Cash. Why do you have to be that mean to Orville Nation? DJ's a nice guy. Come on. But,
We'll get it.
But no. You have to put him in timeout.
Freaking
nice timeout?
Oh, he would do it to me too. It's okay, yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, it's no feud you guys have.
Nightbot is mean to people, dude. I've seen it before. Do it to other people too. I'm gonna have to fix you, Nightbot.
I don't have Nightbot, so I noticed I was getting thrown under the bus there right away. Oh, it must be Baron's Nightbot. What Nightbot? I don't have Nightbot. Come on, man.
Come on, man.
That's malarkey.
I thought it was mine.
Yeah.
Then I checked him out. No, he's on Cash's side.
Yeah, because I saw all caps before on your channel. I was like, oh, it could be Mike.
Of course, Paul of Phantomology. Thank you, Paul. And speaking of Jace, again, Jace, thank you very much for the game. Really appreciate it. Had a lot of fun playing it.
No, I got to start playing it again.
Yeah. And I know Jace will probably start playing it too. Vor, it was good to see you.
Yes.
Low Spec, everybody's favorite penguin, besides Punk Waddle.
2 penguins enter. Penguin
One
leaves.
penguin leaves.
Leaves.
Penguin enter.
Every time.
The Pata Wannabe was here.
Yes.
Anonymous.
Still looking for those lesbians. Gotta find those lesbians, Anonymous. You'll do it. Kilted Cajun.
Kilted Cajun.
Good to see him.
Some guy by the name of Phil McCracken.
Yeah. Some dude I heard he's from the Matrix. He's Agent Smith secretly, I guess. Yeah.
He wants a Smith Force cache, and he wants his Fallout too.
That's right.
Just thought I'd relay that message to you.
I love it.
He sends me texts now going, you just tell that Cash Buddy bum I'm looking for him. Okay.
All right.
He did that the other day.
Of course he did.
DJ Ronnie G, who was a guest of ours this past Wednesday. It was a great show. Great to have you on the show, DJ. It's always great to be around you, brother.
Yep.
He came in on fire too.
But,
I mean, it's like take a breath,
did, man. It's gonna be okay,
man.
No different than Cash some days where he comes in.
Some days like Baron too, like that Rumble. He was like, oh, he was ready. He was like turning into the Hulk and stuff. It's crazy.
You know what really grinds my gears?
Exactly.
It's nice to see Bush. It's been a while. Great to see you, brother.
Yeah.
And of course, someone had to try to keep it logical around here. Spock from Spock's Friday Nights. Good to see you, brother.
Spock.
And TGAP Steve with another interesting edition of Beverly Hills 414. Where exactly are you taking that story? I'd like to know. Inquiring minds do want to know.
TCAP, man.
Well, we'll find out the next episode here, I suppose. But it has us intrigued. He's doing a good job of keeping us intrigued,
Yeah, that's for sure.
All right, I'll still play that clip. Where the hell have you been, soldier? I was coming home from work, sir.
Come on, man.
Work.
Don't tase me, bro. Don't tase me.
Oh god. That's the
And
most fun I have
do
when
it-
I watch On Patrol Live. Is that when they bring out the tasers and these tough guys start bawling like babies? It's like, yeah, aim for the sappy sacks. Get them in the happy sacks.
Of course.
And I do appreciate the compliments, Spock. It
Yeah.
means a lot, brother. And we've got to get together and figure out when
Mm-hmm.
we're gonna play Hill Divers,
Helldivers
and
2. And
also
then, yep. Fire Team.
Alien Fire Team.
Mm-hmm.
Aliens.
But again, thank you, everybody, and please subscribe to Baron, subscribe to Cash, subscribe to members of the chat, and as always, don't ever give up on me in a game, because just when you do, you might miss something.
You might well.
Autobots, transform and roll out.
Pop Talk is where it's at, baby.
Cash Money can put his change in my piggy bank any day.
You know, I'm not saying aliens, but aliens. Aliens!
They're a myth. They're a myth.